All right, folks, how we doing? It's time. How is everybody? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Welcome to Slices and Dices. This is our monthly Alien RPG episode. This is our new sort of mini campaign, Heart of Darkness. We're still in Act 1, but this is, I think, part 2 of Act 1. So we're just trucking along. 3-act scenarios, as most of these wonderful Free League scenarios tend to be. So I'd say we're in our second part of maybe 6, but who knows where these folks may bring everything. And people are having a good time. People are having a good time. Everybody here is still alive, which is more than I can say for many.
For now.
For many scenarios. For now, exactly. And everybody's still playing the character that they started with in Act 1, Part 1. So good on you.
For now.
Nobody's
a cat yet.
Nobody's the cat yet. I think people have just been clambering over each other to be like, if I die, I want to be the cat. I want to be the cat.
It's like, I don't necessarily want to die first, but if I do, I want to be the cat.
Everybody's been mentioning that to me. Like, I've had a whole bunch of YouTube comments about like the fact that either they've played or they want to play Heart of Darkness, if only to just be the cat. Like, they don't say anything. They just want to be the cat. They're just been like, they get to wear their cat, paraphernalia or whatever it is, and their cat earphones.
I'll have to dig up the charger for my cat earphones if I get to play the cat.
They like draw whiskers on themselves. They don't get to talk, so there's very little chance to say anything wrong. And all they gotta do is just be a cat. Just
being a cat's all I ever really wanted in life. I mean, to be a well taken care of domesticated animal.
Dude, my cats have it pretty goddamn good, I must say.
Yeah.
Who knows where it's at? I got you, Patrick.
So, everybody, I know you'd have me.
Okay,
one of these modules just completed from the perspective of a bunch of cats on a space station.
You know what? I may figure out a way of literally just have a whole bunch of cats fending off alien attacks. I mean, that would be great.
Are the aliens also cats?
Maybe they're cat aliens.
There's a fiasco scenario where you get to play as the Nim lab rats. Maybe we could do it rewrite it to be Nim lab cats.
Well, I'll have to think about it. I have so many things on so many different burners in my role-playing game universe that I don't know if I can get more burners. So we'll just have to work it out some way or another.
You can only kill us in so many games.
Well, Matt, Fiasco is the game that's run by everybody.
That's true. So fuck it. Let's all just be
let's all just be cats.
Let's just all be cats. That's the name of the Fiasco episode.
It would be a Fiasco?
Fiasco, yes. Good job. But
Fiasco?
A meow-tastrophe?
Hey, this just in, though, before we begin tonight and before we get into the recap, we have some kind of important news in the Slices and Dices universe, which is that we have a new sponsor. And that sponsor is Chepeku Maps. Now, for those of you who don't know who the hell Chepeku Maps are, where the hell have you been? Because they have been prevalent in role-playing game circles for many years now, just gaining traction and all kinds of prevalence in our universe by it being probably one of the best battle map creators in the business. And they have an awesome Patreon, which I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a taste of by giving you an ad. I am no what's the word? I'm no ad maker. Is that a word? Fuck. I'm not.
It is now.
I'm no cartographer.
I may be a humble. What's it called? I may be a humble caveman lawyer. Yeah, I almost had. I may be a humble caveman lawyer, but I know.
I may be a simple country chicken lawyer.
But I can do some ads if I want to do some ads, and Chepeku gave me a lot of reasons to do this particular ad, which I'm going to show you all, and hopefully it'll give you guys the impetus to go on their wonderful Patreons, because they've got some really cool stuff coming your way. Here it comes, folks. Chepeku Maps.
Right now.
In the realms of imagination, where legends are forged and battles unfold, one name reigns supreme: Chepeku Maps. For those who demand the very best in battle maps, Chepeku is the ultimate destination. Join a thriving community of adventurers who rely on Chepeku's unrivaled creativity and attention to detail. Choose your vision with a range of customizable map variations. Whether you need dark and foreboding, or vibrant and whimsical, Chepeku has it all. And now, brace yourselves for a new frontier. Introducing Chepeku Sci-Fi. Craft your own interstellar tales with maps that adapt to your every whim. Customize interiors, exteriors, and animated backgrounds that truly bring your universe to life. But that's not all. Immerse yourself in Chepeku scenes, cinematic vistas that come alive with stunning visuals and captivating soundtracks. With over 4,000 meticulously crafted maps, Chepeku caters to game masters across all genres. They're not just maps, they're your gateway to limitless storytelling possibilities. Don't miss out. Subscribe to Chepeku's Patreon channels for exclusive access to these incredible resources. Find the links to their Patreons in the show notes here on our YouTube channel. Chepeku Maps. Your adventure starts here.
Fun.
All right, fun. Fun it is indeed to use their maps. Hey, folks, if you have the time and you have the energy and you have the the spare $5, whatever it is a month, check them out because Chepeku's the bomb, and we will be seeing a lot more of their stuff here on the channel for the short period of or long period of time that they decide to keep us as their sponsor. So thank you, Chepeku Maps, and let's move swiftly on. Before we move on, folks, any questions? Because I just want to go into the recap and hey, tell you guys what's up. Give you guys a reminder.
Remind us just how fucked we are, Matt.
Sure. That sounds like a plan. Here we go. Let's see. So, I guess I'll just say, previously on Alien RPG Heart of Darkness. Oh man, that was a sharp turn. The 5 of you, scientists, security operatives, corporate officers, you've been contracted by Weyland-Yutani to catalog a new form of extremophile organism found in the accretion disk of the singularity known as the Ablassen Black Hole. The company found a new life form, and they want you to study it. There's a space station there, and although at one time it was a plasma trawling rig, it's since turned into a prison worksite for maximum security penal workers. The company's offer was uncharacteristically generous. Catalog this organism, determine how they can use it, and bring it back so they can slap their patent on it. Fairly routine stuff. In exchange, they would hook you up with a cushy corporate department head position, secure you a book deal, and make sure the institute of your choice gives you tenure. Oh, did I mention the money? Yeah, there's a lot of it. Simple survey, sample, and analysis job. Seemed too good to be true. Probably because it was. You quickly found out that you were in for more than you bargained for. As you approached the space station in orbit around the black hole, as I mentioned before, Erebos station, you found that it was eerily silent and unresponsive to your calls. Your ship, the Ceto Rhina, however, was almost immediately damaged by an apparent meteor strike and nearly swept up into the black hole, but due to some lucky piloting, crashed into the station instead. You then began your hunt for survivors and for the parts needed to attempt repairs on the Ceto Rhina. You know that you need at least 3 power cells, a thruster compression coil, and tools needed to cut the ship free from the superstructure. As you got into your suits and did your spacewalk to the nearby airlock aboard the station, the intense radiation around the black hole was strong enough to begin psychologically affecting you all. Entering the station, you came in contact with very odd, organic life forms, pulsing tendrils of matter stemming from meteors that seem to have pierced the outer hull and have spread like veins throughout the ship. Finally, you ran into a set of corrections androids who insisted that you come with them to meet the warden. You also found a cat, who, after leaving you all a strange, fleshy present, which was most certainly not dead, found you acceptable as a companion and glommed itself onto you. As you moved through the station, you sensed that all might not be as it seemed with these androids, and so you blocked off the doorways and rapidly moved to another part of the station. Unfortunately, you found the remains of your scientific contact, Clerk, who seems to have been flash-fried while in Mother Operations, taking its functionality with him. Under Clerk's immolated form, you found a hard drive with encrypted data on something called Project Ironfish. At the same time, you opened the door to a 12-meter-high room filled with overgrown and mutated plants. Some kind of hydroponics garden, transformed into a slimy black resin nesting ground for beehive-shaped leafy cocoons. And as you watched atop the garden, a horrendously mutated humanoid began to vomit a viscous black liquid and began to stick black vegetation to its body, seemingly in order to cocoon itself as well. And that's where we begin tonight. So, friends, what is it that you'd like to do? I think that Lark, you were there alongside what's the guy's name? Here he is. Navar. Yeah. So I think you were sort of inside the doorway. Navar had walked into the garden itself to sort of say, what? And just sort of stand there aghast. So I'll give you, Lark, an opportunity to say or do anything that you'd like.
Mr. Navarre, I don't believe now is the time to be getting close to strange things after everything that's been going on so far. We should probably step back.
Navarre sort of begins to sort of mutter to himself like, her. And I think all of you in the small space that you are all can hear Navarre sort of gasp and mutter to himself. And just the sound of him sort of freaking out a little bit is enough to make your skin crawl. And all of you, as per JF Messon, thank you so much, JF Messon, take an additional stress point.
Oh, boy.
I'm
Can
maxed out.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear. Hedenström
God
is
damn it.
maxed out.
Why
All
am
right.
I not? It's not. I don't know why
everybody
it's
to
not
the,
moving. That's weird.
That's fine. Let me bring everybody to the
God damn it, Jaya.
map
that's
scene.
And I want to ask a quick question because
Yeah,
it has been a while.
Mhm.
So, Ejiri and I are both doctors. Sajaad is military?
Security. Ex-military,
Security.
perhaps. You're not quite sure.
Sergeant. And then Lark and Birger, you are, what do you do?
Lark's a medical unit.
Lark is an
Lark's a
android.
medical unit.
Yeah.
Okay, Lark is a medical unit android, and Birger, you are.
I thought it was like I was a scientist. I'm a scientist from Sweden.
Yep.
Okay.
A xenoscientist specifically, I think.
That's correct.
Xenoscientist. And Ejiri, you're what kind of scientist?
Radiobiologist.
Radiobiologist. And I am astrophysicist. Okay. Thank you. I need a reminder.
Absolutely.
All right, now my stress.
So yeah, I think that like seeing this horrific scene, Navarre just sort of backs in, staggering, muttering to himself, and he's just he like reaches a shaking hand towards the door controls and begins to shut the door. Do you wish him to continue, Lark?
Shutting us in the hydroponics or closing it between us?
Closing it between closing the door between you and hydroponics.
I think that's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Fantastic. So he goes ahead and does that. I will now just put a little a door there. Don't mind me, folks. Oh, there's the door.
That does not look like it is a regulation experiment, Lark is going to say, and draws the bolt gun.
Yeah. I mean, no doubt. The why is the door not closing? Closed, damn it. There we go.
Is it because I'm in the way?
No. It's just because I have to actually click the button that says closed. They are small doors, but I can find them. There we go. They are closed.
Seeing this happen, I will sort of take the unit that we were examining and sort of like tuck it into a pocket of my suit. And then someone's like, what is happening?
When you say the unit, you mean the hard drive?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Navarre sort of turns to you, Drabikowski. I keep saying it wrong.
Drabikowski.
I will get it right. And he says, "There's things in there. They're all over the walls, and there's this monster. It's just disgusting. It's vomiting all over itself and plastering itself with just ichor. I don't even know how to describe it."
That does sound strange. Is it possible that is what we were sent to examine?
No. He said it. Mr. Bishop, meaning, said it was some kind of extremophile. It was some kind of non-organic life form that would live on the accretion disk of the black hole, of the singularity.
But does it occur to you that they could be related?
Well, clearly there is something very strange going on here. I wouldn't have expected this. Maybe some kind of radiation from the black hole? It didn't seem like it was radiated. I didn't get any ticks from my... And he pulls out a Geiger counter very similar to yours, Ejiri.
Ejiri is actually holding out his Geiger counter towards Navarre.
Yeah. There's no like there's no radiation emanating from him.
Radiation can cause mutations, and too much of it can addle the brain. So perhaps what you're saying is true and not something you've imagined.
Imagined? What do you mean imagined? And he sort of like turns to you in an almost sort of offended way. I don't imagine things.
What the doctor says is true. It is possible that radiation can, well, how do we put, fiddle with the brain. It is not an insult. It is simply an observation.
I'm not going back in there. And he just sort of walks away around the chute entrance to the other side where the cryosleep pods are. And he just sort of stands there and rests against the wall.
That probably was not the right word. Can someone help me through this door? I'm actually physically stuck.
Oh dear, you are stuck? Stuck in the door! Where are you? Hold on.
And now I'm trapped in the door now.
So this is where the cryosleep pods are?
The cryosleep pods are, yes, indeed. They are to the northeastern door.
And we have not looked over here yet.
So, no, you actually have looked in the...
We did, okay.
You have looked in the northwestern room and the northeastern room.
Okay.
So just so you know, Matt, I can't really see anything on the map.
It's difficult because there's a whole lot... You know what I'm going to do?
Doors.
I'm going to do this just because I know that people want to see everybody's stats and all that jazz. I'm going to go ahead and turn everybody's buttons off just so I can show... I'm actually going to turn your token bars to make them compact. Let's see if that makes them a little better. Yeah, that's actually a little better.
Are you saying that you're just seeing black, Mike?
Yeah, with a couple bits of line of sight, and that's it.
Oh.
I
Oh,
think it depends on where you're standing. If you're in a doorway,
yeah,
or
probably.
something
It could
like
be
that,
where you're standing.
No,
That's fine.
It's wherever I move around. I don't see anything.
That's fine.
but
We'll
it's
fix
all
it.
right.
We'll fix it. We'll
Don't worry
fix it.
about
Well, we're
later.
in a we're in a tiny little space with the doors closed.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
that is the case, and that's a shameful thing because everybody's got like so much stress and so much health and so much armor that like all of your colored bars are just going over your head and causing like everybody to like not be able to see each other because there's just like bars and that's it. So
we have Mother, cryo chambers,
this was a med lab.
med lab,
med lab, yep,
and then the room that no one wants to go in, and that's all that's up here.
yep, that's fair.
Okay.
Right.
Well, it seems that
Oh, I did mention. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. Ejiri, whilst you were in med lab, I don't know if you saw that there were doors to the north and south. And when you looked in the cryosleep pods room, there was another door to the north.
okay. So there are other places to look.
There
So,
are other
that's kind
places
of what
to
I was
look,
getting
yes.
at. If it was time to leave this level.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, time to get back into that room. I'm stuck again.
God damn it!
The doors,
I think I
the
might.
doors are too small.
The doors are too small and your tokens are too big. I can do one of two things. I can make your tokens smaller, which is a possibility because y'all are eating too much. But that may make things harder to see from our audience's perspective.
It might also make it harder for us to recognize our tokens.
I don't know. I could make it like 10% smaller if need be. I could make them like a little bit smaller. Like right now they're 40 pixels by 40 pixels. I could make them like 30 pixels by 30 pixels.
Yeah, I
So-
cannot fit the door.
So Matt, this room where what's his name, Navarre didn't want to go in.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that on the map in relation
To the south.
Here.
to the south? And it's closed off right now, right? He closed it.
Yes, he certainly did.
I think I'd like to take a peek myself.
Okay. Let me just fix everybody's tokens.
Doctor, I would not advise going in there. We don't know entirely what is going on, and it seems quite off mission because we have things that we need to look for. It would make more sense to stay on task and then observe more interesting things once we are securing all of the pieces to make sure that we can escape here.
Yeah, I really think we should be trying to fix our ship first.
Okay, so
Whatever weird stuff is going on here.
I've changed everybody's
Yes, I can.
To
We can
be-
fit through doors now.
hooray!
Into that lab.
Success! Amazing.
There we go.
Mass and large reduce, just like Baldur's Gate.
Exactly.
Love it.
All right, we're good. So yeah,
Or is doors a D&D's truest greatest enemy?
you know
as
they've
always.
always that and dynamic
Always.
lighting for DMs. So
Mm.
I think that you could potentially see through these rooms, Ejiri, from where you're standing. There is a door there. So
Yeah.
Not sure
I
if you
want to look at the southern door and then the northern door.
Yeah, the northern door
I-
is completely blocked off
Mhm.
with like a teeny little bit of like space that you could possibly. But to the southern, I think the southern door has like maybe a porthole that you can see, and there seems to be a lot of medical equipment in there, petri dishes and lab notes on binders and stuff like that, and a whole lot of what seem to be specimen jars.
Hmm. Is the
I
door
know
locked?
where.
Sorry, you go ahead.
I was gonna say I know we're on a mission here, but there might be some valuable information in there.
Changing people around because the Zoom, I think, went a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. There we go. Yeah.
Help us understand what the hell's going on with this station.
Yes, let's take a look.
Did we determine last time what we need to do to get Mother back online?
You did not,
Okay.
but you can certainly try to do so now if you'd like.
I will do that. Try to glean information.
Okay. Let me get that for you. I'll tell you what. Why don't you make a Comtech roll, and let's see how well you do.
Gladly. No modifiers.
Two successes and
a
a panic.
panic. Oh dear.
Please roll your panic.
Oh dear. Where is the panic button on this new sheet?
The panic button on the sheet is hold on, I'll tell you.
I think you just click stress.
Yeah, you just click stress. That's what it is.
There we go. Okay, so
Tremble.
unfortunately, as you're walking around this melted body, you start to search around. You see that Mother itself actually is under a lot. It has been damaged quite a lot, but you feel that the way that that Mother is placed, the actual Mother platform, it's on like a raised dais. I think I've described to you guys before, and it's on a raised dais above a floating pool of coolant. And there is a safety mechanism, a sort of a reboot breaker, in a compartment underneath the pool of coolant.
I will take a look at it if I can. Is it possible to take a look at that, or I have to open up the pool of coolant? What do I need to do?
The pool of coolant is open. I mean, like, it's an open pool.
Okay.
It's a hexagonal pool underneath the platform on which Mother rests. But if you are going to go ahead and try to reboot Mother, you're going to have to go down and take a little bit of a swim.
I am wearing my Eco 2 all-world survival suit,
You are indeed.
which I believe would protect me if I needed to do this.
I mean, listen, coolant isn't radioactive. It's just coolant.
Yeah. Okay.
So there is some kind of a panel, you would assume, based on your understanding of Mother, at the bottom of this coolant pit. So it's just really fucking cold. So luckily that you're in this suit, it shouldn't have any problem on you. If you didn't have a suit, you sure would.
It would not be great. Okay. I was also just like, I'm trying to remember, my computer tool, does my computer toolkit give me a plus on contact rolls that I forgot to add on that?
Yeah, it's a +1.
Okay, so there would have been a +1 on that, but I succeeded, so whatever.
Totally fair. Totally fair.
All right. So I remembering how to play this new character. Yeah, I'll go down and try to reboot Mother.
Okay, so you guys watch, or maybe do not. You just hear maybe a as Drabikowski just dives, either feet or head first, diving fashion, into this pool of coolant. And I think Drabikowski, as you descend, maybe you flick the light on so you can see. It's very, very dark. There are little bits of flesh from Clerk that are just sort of floating in the muck.
Can we? Is the coolant clear? Can we see Drabikowski as she goes down?
I think that it's sort of, it's not opaque, but it's like translucent. But you see a light from her thing. So you see the light going down. It's kind of like that James Cameron movie, The Abyss, where all you see is just the light going down and down and down. Doesn't go down too far, but certainly goes down perhaps 10 meters or so.
I was going to say we should have given her a rope or something to hold on to as she goes down there, but too late now.
Well, so far, you see her going down, and I think Drabikowski, after a certain period of time, you hear boom as your feet hit the bottom of the coolant pit, and you have like a little temperature gauge on your suit, and it reads 3 degrees Celsius.
Ooh, that's cold.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, with that said, you're going to need to make a heavy machinery roll.
This is going to be bad.
Oh, dear. Okay.
Oh, 2 successes.
2 successes and a panic.
Oh, boy.
With a possibility to, oh, dear, no, that's not good.
Oh, dear God.
So you reach for the lever that would flip the circuit breaker. It just says like off, but you would flip it to like restart, and you pull and you pull and you pull and you pull, and you feel like your suit beginning to rip, and you're like and like inside your suit, although I won't subject our audience to it, you just scream. Your lungs let out this exhalation as you begin to feel your suit freezing to your wrist. What do you do? Your stress levels luckily decreased by 1.
By 1.
And I think we also said that all of you guys can hear each other on comms.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry,
I think
guys.
everybody must make an immediate panic roll as you hear Drabikowski screaming her lungs out in this suit.
Well, it only says that I lose my next slow action.
Yes.
So I'm still going to try to pull the lever down.
Well, the problem is that you got a 12. So 12 means
Yeah.
that your action failed.
So I can't try to do it again.
Well,
Oh my god.
there's a lot of panic happening, folks.
I just read what happened to Birger.
Yes. Yeah, Birger.
God.
Birger hears it and goes berserk.
Oh man.
So please, Michael,
Oh no.
who are you closest to, Mr. Hedenström?
hold on, let me close this. Who looks like
Probably
who is-
me, because I was by the door.
I
Oh,
think
God.
we need music for this insanity.
You know
by
what?
the way.
I think that's a great idea. Let's go ahead and jump on
This is
the.
about to get ridiculous.
Yeah, let me go with
God.
Hold on. Yeah, because it's too quiet here. Let me give you some crazy music here. Yeah, this is good. Here we go. This is like the super intense music, but then
Love it.
as you scream, it turns into just absolute insane panic as you all just hear this scream from Drabikowski. I think that probably triggers you in some way, Hedenström, and
Yeah.
you just go ah, and you will attack the closest person to you, who is Lark.
Yeah, all right. So I will attack Lark. So I start freaking out. I just kind of grab my own head. And all right, so this is the first combat in roll 20.
Oh God. Well, here's the question: what weapons do you have?
I have a large knife and a RXF MS EVA pistol.
Okay.
M5 EVA pistol.
I would say, based on the fact that the pistol seems like a more tactical weapon, the knife seems much more
Brutish.
yes, I would say you probably just grab your knife, and like you look over at Lark, and you just see Lark's eyes sort of flash red like the other androids did, and you just immediately freak and stab at Lark with a knife attack. Lark,
All right.
you can use your fast action to block.
That's the plan.
Try to block or to just block?
I mean, it's a contested
It's a
roll.
possible.
Contested,
It's
right?
possible.
All right, so I'm going to roll.
We'll get to the other panics in a second, folks. This is kind of the most important one.
Oh,
Whoa! Damn, Birger!
okay.
But he did get a panic.
Shit.
Here's the thing: he got a panic, and no successes on Lark's close combat. So,
Wow.
to be honest, this could totally flub. Hedenström,
Oh, God.
please make a panic roll on this attack. Okay.
Wouldn't he technically go above 14?
Yes, it
Or is
would
there
go.
anything above 14?
Well, yes, it's catatonic.
Oh.
So Hedenström, because you failed and you got a stress, which is unfortunately below what you got. It moves your current stress level up by 1, which moves you to catatonia, which fails your attack roll. So what happens,
Okay.
Hedenström, is you take out your knife, you scream, you run at Lark. Lark raises up her hands to try to defend herself, and then your eyes roll up in your head and you fall unconscious to the ground. That's what happens with Hedenström.
Great.
Let's flip to Sajaad and Ejiri, who got their particular panic rolls as well. Okay, so that was that. Sezja screamed. Birger freaked out and went berserk. Tetsu, you drop an item. Probably because you see what happened. You're just like, oh, and you drop what you're doing in the...
I'm in the other room.
You are in the other room.
That was in response to the scream.
Totally.
So yeah, I just curse in Japanese, just
Let me see what item you drop that may break. You have a CBRN detection kit, a flashlight, a med kit, some chill-X's, and some neurotics. I'm going to say your flashlight drops. And you just hear a ksh as your flashlight drops and breaks.
no.
And I'm going to remove it from your gear. So that was yours, and I believe... and then your stress level increases by 1 as well. Sajaad, you take an 11, which is seek cover. You must use your action, and you seek cover. You ran and move away from danger. And
I ran
find
away
a
from the
spot.
knife.
Yes, Good idea. Yeah, you see Hedenström with the knife, and you're like, shit! And instead of like your fight or flight response normally activating with fight, it actually turns into flight. And you just run, screaming. Well, not screaming, but you run shit right into the mother room.
I had so many one-liners that I've been on mute this whole time.
And your stress level is decreased by 1, but the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range of you increases by 1.
Sorry, guys.
God, I've never been more glad to be an android.
Unreal. I think the only person who has no stress and will never have stress at this point is obviously Lark. But everyone else is just stressed as fuck. Like, sweat beading on your brows. Navarre is just, like, huddled in a corner. Just like, oh, I need to roll stress for him. Shit. I need to roll panic for him. What am I talking about? Where is it?
It's going to be fun.
Here we go. Panic. Oh, he gets a stress level roll. Here we go. Navarre rolled a 10. He freezes. That makes total sense. He's just like, and he just freezes to the wall. And everyone else's, well, I won't make everyone else's stress go up by 1 because you can panic as GMs whenever you want them for NPCs. So his does not affect you. But everyone else, this is some bad news bears, man. This is not good.
I will swim up out of the coolant pit.
Can you swim through coolant?
You know what? It is liquid, but you've got a heavy suit on, which has brought you down to the bottom of the pit. Like, you sink to the bottom. You're not like just in your skivvies, right?
Yeah.
The suit's pretty damn heavy. So you're just thrashing around, just grabbing your wrist, trying not to let any more coolant in.
Well, there has to be a way to get out of this.
Sajaad.
They
Sajaad.
create something that you can reboot and not get out.
Totally fair. Sajaad, you see Drabikowski at the bottom of this coolant pit, just thrashing around.
After I peek out into the hallway to make sure that...
Yeah, Hedenström's on the ground.
I'm just making sure he's not murdering Lark.
He didn't murder Lark. He is catatonic on the floor.
Great, so I'm gonna try to calm down for a minute. I'm going to...
I will actually grab the wrist of my suit and say, remembering myself and that we have come, say, I appear to be in the bottom of the pit and unable to swim up. If somebody could help me, that would be appreciated.
All right.
I was gonna say, I don't think we have any rope, do we?
I brought rope.
Oh, you did.
Remember that your harpoon guns also have rope attached to them.
Yeah, I had 2 harpoon guns. I used one to go across. I still have one, and I grabbed rope too. So
that's fair.
I'm going to look for something heavy in the room.
Yeah. Like a body, maybe?
No, like not that heavy.
Oh,
just something I can tie the rope to, so I can kind of like lower it down.
You could tie it to the chair that mother mother station is on.
No, she wants to wait the end of the rope.
I want to wait the end of the rope.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, you could just pull a piece of Clark off and just drop him down into the.
Ejiri comes over and hands you the broken flashlight and just says, "All right, now what is happening out here? We have Hedenström taking a nap. We have Drabikowski taking a swim.
I have no idea.
Well, this... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just following after Drabikowski, and all hell breaks loose. What the hell are you guys doing?
I think while everything's happening in the coolant tank, Lark has probably knelt down and has removed the helmet on Hedenström's suit and has pulled out her med kit so that she can start to inspect and make sure that he is revivable.
Oh yeah, he's breathing, but his eyes are rolled back into the back of his head. He's just like.
Would a sedative work in this instance? I do have sedatives in my kit.
Let me take a look and see how you revive someone from.
I think you need adrenaline. Actually,
I was gonna say be like the opposite, right? Yeah.
Or I think that don't panic. Like panic rolls wear off in like 10 to 15 minutes.
They do, unless otherwise specified. They last for a turn, and then or you can break someone out of a specific panic by commanding them, by using command.
I can command. Yeah, let me slap them out of it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So Lark.
Command is contested, though, right?
No, that's manipulation.
No.
You're thinking of
Oh, okay.
manipulation. Yep.
And not while you're unconscious.
Yeah.
I can't resist you. I'm unconscious. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, 3 successes, 100%.
Lark is just gonna swing back with the helmet and just right across the face. Dr. Hedenström, we need you. Please come back to us. Your expertise will be required momentarily. And then just another heavy slap.
Damn.
The other way.
And I am gonna.
There goes the third rule of robotics. Never mind. It's fine. Isaac Asimov will be so upset.
So Birger slowly comes to, and he's like, "Why does my jaw hurt? Oh, what happened?"
You seem to have lost your cool, and everything seems to be absolutely shitty up here as much as the lower decks. Do you have your wits about you?
Drabikowski, we have to get Drabikowski out.
Very well.
I roll over as quickly as I can, and I look to see if they've gotten Drabikowski out yet.
I'm currently lowering the broken flashlight down with some rope.
Yep, that makes sense. Now, 3 degrees Celsius is not like freezing. So it wouldn't freeze the internals of the flashlight, but I mean, it probably just fills it with fluid immediately. But yeah, I think that Drabikowski, you see this flashlight on the end of the rope.
It's also a broken flashlight.
Yeah,
it's
exactly. Yeah. You don't need to worry about it.
I overcome to say, thank you, give me a moment. And trying not to, I was kind of like looking at my suit and like assuming that it's some kind of like pinhole leak that is letting the coolant in. Take a deep breath and then sort of like wrap my hands around the rope, wrap a foot around the bottom, and start climbing up the rope out of the coolant.
I was going to pull you out, but
Well, we can do both together.
sure.
Just,
Well,
I'm not going to belabor this anymore. I think that Sajaad's strong enough to pull Drabikowski out. So,
Yeah.
after a certain period of time, Drabikowski, you come out of the coolant pit soaking with coolant all over you. But obviously, the act that you went down there for in the first place, unfortunately, has not been completed.
I will climb out of the pit, sort of try to shake some of the coolant off of my suit and say, there is a reset lever for Mother at the bottom of the pit. Unfortunately, some coolant got into my suit and I momentarily lost control of my faculties.
Can Lark go down there? Lark is a synthetic.
I believe I can. I'm not sure I am built as a strength unit, but I should be able to resist the elements without any sort of effect on my being.
That's
Does
correct.
Lark have his suit on?
I can comment on how cold it is if it makes you feel more human, however.
That is not necessary, but
Drabikowski, do me a favor. I'm going to go ahead and say this just to be fair. I think that what you did down there in the, as well as the scream, probably required you to do an air check. So if you don't mind,
yeah, definitely.
do an air roll, please, for me.
Air.
Do an air roll!
Lost one.
Okay, so you lost 1. That makes total sense.
I did scream.
Coming.
All right. So Lark, what's the plan here?
I am going to... You know what? I'm actually going to strip out of my suit because the environments in this particular case aren't going to have a huge effect. And I don't want to rip another suit that we're going to need to maybe transfer out of the station.
Totally.
So Lark is going to take all the suit off and get down to sort of basic civilian cryotube skivvies and walk back over to where the rope and the flashlight are and sort of look down at it and go, I do not have the grace of an Olympic diver, and sort of just turn, take a step off and do like a half spin and drop down.
Okay.
And then try and get to the tank itself and roll what I assume is like what? You said heavy machinery?
Heavy machinery roll. That's correct.
Great. Absolute 0. This should be fun.
That's what I had.
Yep.
That's the temperature of the coolant.
Perfect.
Hey!
1 success. 1 success is all you need.
Got it.
Okay. Fantastic. So yeah, you were able to get down to the bottom and reset the breaker with a heave. And as you guys hear the sound of that lever being pulled, you hear this. And all the lights on Mother start begin flickering. all around the station, and now the terminal lights up green.
I believe that fixed it. As Lark climbs out of the pool and starts sort of shaking off like a dog, and just sort of getting back up and re-suiting up.
Okay.
And I will now approach Mother.
All right.
And now I'm stuck in the door. God damn it.
You know what? I made you guys smaller.
I don't know how it happened. I could move and now I can't.
Gave you the Ozempic, and it didn't. No, sorry.
The shrink does nothing.
Well,
It does
I'll stay here stuck in the door. But now now that Mother is rebooting, I am going to try to access it and
Fair.
see if I can get any information about what is happening or what has happened on the station.
That's totally fair.
And Christ, don't let me panic again.
All right. So, once Mother is online, you start typing, and here we go. Mother comes up with some inputs that say, "Greetings. How may I be of assistance?" Just like in green text across the screen.
And I will type in, what is the status of this station?
The text that comes across is status nominal, station online, large objective matter has been injected into the station via meteor strike. You also see it says collision with craft seems to have occurred on deck G.
I will type,
I think I got that right, deck G.
what areas were compromised by meteor strike?
It says deck F, starboard side. There is a large plasma fire, extremely dangerous, which has encompassed deck F, deck E, deck F, deck E, deck F and deck E primarily. It's what it says. It says that
Deck F and Deck E, starboard side,
Correct.
large plasma fire.
yes, that's correct. It
Where
also
are we?
as well as deck G, deck F, and deck E, plasma fire, able to be contained by bulkheads and doors, but extremely dangerous, venting out into space.
What floor are we again?
You guys are on deck C,
H. C. Okay.
Deck C.
All right.
the Health and Wellness Center.
Wellness
is
Center.
what- yep.
Okay.
And then finally, I will ask Mother, where can we where on the station can we find? I'm going to ask Mother where we can find plasma power cells, a thruster compression coil, and an EVA pod. I want the locations of those things.
Totally fair. Okay. So, I will tell you. The, where is it? Here we go. Got that as a handout, actually. I just refer it myself. Okay. It says that the EVA pods are found in various locations on the station. But the... Where is it? I want to find that for you guys. Just talk amongst yourselves while I actually find you the exact locations. Would you mind? Sorry.
What were the items we needed? We need an EVA pod. We need a coil. What was the coil?
A thruster compression coil.
Thruster compression coil. And we need at least 3 plasma power cells.
We should be here as we are on a power.
I found
A
it.
plasma recharge station.
So, Mother says that the power cells can be found in several different places, actually. They are replacement energy cells. They're approximately, it shows you like a graphic of what it looks like. They're about 1 meter tall. They're like barrels with harness straps, and you can probably carry them if need be. You can find them either you can find them on Terminal 1 of the lower tower, which is actually on deck I. That's correct.
Okay.
That's what it
What
says.
about the? Okay.
No, go ahead. Yes, sir.
All of them. All of them would
Yes,
be found down
the
there.
three
that
of
we
them.
need.
The three of them are indeed down there on deck I.
Okay.
Now, you're talking about the thruster compression coil.
Mm-hmm.
That can be found. Here we go. The thruster compression coil can be found in several different places. It can be found either near the visitor docking port on deck D, the comms tower on deck H, and the boiler room on deck J. All of these are related to the station's external thrusters. So removing one of them was going to hamper the station's ability to mobilize. And it will take approximately 1 turn to remove or install a compression coil. So approximately 10 minutes.
Okay.
Now, you mentioned an EVA. The EVA, of course, has the power tools needed in order to remove the ship from the station itself. But all you really need are cutting tools themselves. And power tools of these kinds are pretty heavy, right? They're relatively cumbersome. EVA pods make it relatively easy because the pod tools are inside the pod. So, in order for you to either use those power tools themselves in an EVA spacewalk, or to use an EVA pod, which you get in and then go out into the ship like in 2001: A Space Odyssey, and then use those pods like that. So, you can find those kinds of tools in either the machine room or the plasma relay stations. So the machine room is actually found, I'll tell you. The machine room is on deck H, but unfortunately the machine room is on the starboard side of deck H, and so therefore is subject to
On fire.
quite a lot of plasma fire. And then there is a port machine room, which is on deck H as well. So there's a port machine room and a starboard machine room. And by the way, I didn't mean to say that the starboard side, it's actually the port side of the station that's on fire, not the starboard side.
Oh,
'Cause you guys came in
Okay,
on the
that's
starboard
my
side,
bad.
which caused the plasma fire on the other side of the station.
Okay. So we can 2 for 1 if we go to H.
And where are the plasma relay stations?
I will tell you. Here we go. There are as well 2 plasma relay stations on deck H, the starboard and port plasma relay stations.
Okay, so definitely deck H for EVA pods.
Yeah, the cutting tools themselves, not the
Yeah.
EVA pods.
Oh, okay.
You said the EVA pod we only needed for the tools, right?
Correct. Exactly. Yeah. To use them in an enclosed environment around which you could, use those tools. Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right, so we can find the tools and an EVA pod, or there is nowhere to find an EVA pod?
So it seems like the EVA pods are. Let me just see if I can locate those for you, because there
coils
are
and the
definitely
tools.
some. There are definitely some on the ship.
Coils and tools were both listed as H. Power cells are on deck I, so we got to go down no matter what.
I think it's clear what we need to do from there.
Yeah, EVA pods have these like tool arms that do the same thing as these bulky tools. So they do the job they do the job in half the time, to be honest. And there are, according to what Mother tells you, over a dozen of these EVA pods which are located throughout the station. There are some, for example, on deck D. There's a single EVA pod, which Mother seems to indicate in the visitor docking port on the deck.
Okay.
There are,
which is also where we get it's also a place to get a coil.
That is correct. It also
Cool.
indicates that there is an EVA pod in Bay 2 on deck. Where is this? This is deck F. Yes. There's an EVA pod on deck F in Bay 2.
Okay.
So what is the advantage to us doing it ourselves instead of sending an EVA pod to do or to operate an EVA pod, I suppose?
Well, there are more... First of all, you don't know the status of these EVA pods, right?
Fair.
And second of all, walking around with these things is easier than, okay, well, we're going to have to take the EVA pod to the airlock, open up the airlock, get out the airlock, that kind of thing, right? So that's what the sort of mindset is. It's either I take the tools with me back to the ship, or I take the EVA pod back out into space, and God knows what the hell happens there.
Gotcha.
It's a tool bench, not an R2D2. We can't send it to do like the outside while we repair.
It is
the
not
inside.
a robotic. It is, like I said, it is like 2001: A Space Odyssey. Imagine that the EVA pods. In fact, I think I actually have a handout for these EVA pods, just to make you guys aware of what the hell these things look like. Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be. In my mind, I guess part of the thing too is are we trying to repair everything from the inside? Or does it make more sense to go out in one of these pods versus?
Well, the EVA pod, the cutting tools in the EVA pod are literally to free our ship from where it is wedged into the station.
Well, that should be easy, isn't it? Like,
it's not about doing the stuff inside the ship. It's about removing the ship from the station so that we can leave.
Yeah.
See if I can find a. I think that there's a. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, it's actually. I think it's actually a. It's in the decks. Yeah, it's in the weapon deck for some reason or another. I'm going to give you guys it as a card.
Cool.
So here we go. Weapon deck. Show the weapon deck, and then I'm going to choose. I'm going to show you what it looks like. Where is it? Is that it?
Because if we can nudge, like if the EVA's got enough weight to it, we could physically nudge the ship out. We've got one on the ship to control the pilot, like to pilot and control the drift. Maybe it is worth having something with a little bit more punch than anything we can offer physically to nudge the ship.
Oh, that actually is not going to work because that's just the...
yeah, can you do the pop-out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Hold on one sec, because that was actually the... that wasn't the picture for it for some reason. That was just...
We also couldn't see it because of dynamic lighting.
Yeah, no, hold on one second. It just showed the... It showed... Oh, I see why. Because it has to be... Okay, so the cards themselves have on one side the picture and on the other side the stats. So let me see if I can do this again. Or if I can just get the picture. Wouldn't that be easier?
Or just deal the card to all of us and then we can look at it.
I wish I could deal it to all of you. Unfortunately,
oh, you can't.
All I can do is just give you the stats for it.
Ah.
But let me. Oh, that's why. Okay, hold on. I think I can do this now. Save image. Make this the EVA pod. This is why computing is fun. And then I'm just going to drag it onto the desktop. There we go. And then I'll Shift Z it so that everybody can see.
There we go.
Does anybody here have good heavy machinery? Let's start with that. How do we divide the tasks up?
I do not.
All right, so this is what it looks like.
Astrophysicist, I use computer. Oh, crap. Can you pop it up again?
Yeah, sure.
I flipped back to the window and it closed.
No problem, Sarah.
That's really cool.
There we go. Shift
like
C. That's what the EVA pod looks like.
That's pretty much exactly what I was picturing.
Yep.
I've got a 6 in heavy machinery, by the way.
Nice. Okay, well.
Fantastic. So you're on that team.
We know who's driving the EVA pod.
So are we splitting the party? Is that
that always works? 100%.
Not yet, but
Here's
when,
the
we have to
question.
when it's time to repair the ship, we're going to have to.
If we don't split the party, nobody gets to be the cat, guys.
that's right?
Speaking of splitting the party, it looks like one of you guys just got a piece of gear from chat. Little Osboy just gave a piece of random gear, random piece of gear, blah, 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 blah. But we haven't yet found out from Little Osboy who the gear is for. Little Osboy, would you mind just nominating who of these 5 illustrious folks who's going to get the gear?
Unlike JF Messon, who gave us stress.
You know what?
Mm.
Chat taketh and chat giveth. So, it is what it
chaos.
is. It is a reminder to chat, not that you guys should use it, but at 8,500 points, you can use NDDs on our fine folks
Don't
here.
you dare.
Which is basically just the effect of the radiation emanating from the black hole and slowly driving our folks just a little bit bonkers. So save up those points, folks.
Joke's on you, Matt. I'm already bonkers.
That's a 100% sure, Jonathan. Okay, so we'll wait for Little Osboy to tell us who the gear is for before we distribute it, and then I'll give it out at a certain point in time. All right, so you guys now know what you need to get. You've gone through Mother for anything else. Now, Drabikowski, I'm actually going to make you do one last thing before you sign off on Mother. And
Okay.
that I'd like you to do a contact roll, please.
Okay. Come on. I'm no longer panicking because my panic was just a scream, so.
Okay. No, you're
And I
definitely
get a
not
plus.
panicking anymore after 10 minutes of screaming.
Yes, no panic and a success.
Amazing. Amazing. It does, you were like searching around, you asked Mother a couple questions, and you did notice that Mother did ask, it said, how are you feeling, Dr. Clerk?
Not well. Cannot remember my password for the Ironfish drive.
Okay. Sajaad, you're in the room, I assume, with Drabikowski as she's typing. this.
Yeah, I've been here
Okay,
the whole time.
Cool. So I don't know if you're watching or not. I'm not sure if you know that, but she's typing it in pretty clearly. It's showing on the main screen here, and the screen says, "I'm afraid you did not let us know your password, Dr. Clerk. However, perhaps it was in one of your logs. Would you like to review them?
Yes.
Which one?"
The most recent.
Very well. And then it displays the most recent log of Dr. Clerk, which I'm going to give to you right now as a handout. Hold on for 1 second.
Oh.
There we go. This is the most recent one. There we go. Show this to you. And there we go.
72 years. Prawn encountered stellar farming facility affected. Red Star collapsing. Logs erased. Still 26 Draconis strain in Levine is key. Hieroglyph not also there. Compare with on. Okay, interesting. Gonna ask it to show me the previous log.
Okay. When you do that, it says compiling. Slight damage to this particular log. I'm afraid I'm unable to display it in its entirety.
Okay.
Would you like a separate log?
Yes. I
Very
guess.
well. You have 6 logs with which you can that have been unaffected by data loss.
Display in chronological order.
Accessing. And then it plays the first log first. So this is the first log. This is log number 1. Which says, meteoric mass from Hesdalen plasma field brought aboard. Heading to Terminal 1 to examine now.
Okay.
The second log, log 2, says the following. Preliminary surveys complete. Irregular object 40.7 meters long by 22.3 meters diameter, composed of both organic and inorganic residue. Petrified carcass, secreted shell, or nest generated by the Hesdalen lights? Question mark. Log number 3, also unaffected by data loss. says the following.
Warden ordered core sample of object drilled through rock and biomatter. Struck tempered metallic mass. Human made. A ship? Question mark.
The fourth log says, sorry, where we go. The fourth log is also unaffected by data loss. It says, universal power port located will attempt to charge object.
Oh dear.
Okay. Log 5, also unaffected by data loss, says something a little bit disturbing, actually. It says, station-wide blackout when object was connected to power. Stykes lost his shit. Wicks, convicts played nice, no riot. Power restored. Querying object's emergency beacon for transponder ID pulse.
Okay.
Log 6 says this. Where is it?
So they read from the Necronomicon.
Pretty much.
Basically.
Log 6 says the following. Beacon activated. Object identified as Chiron. Science boat attached to the USCSS Cronus. Abandoned in system 72 years ago. Mother says Cronus mission classified. De Uter looking deeper. Log 7 is fragmented and is unable to be displayed.
As in log 8 also can't be displayed?
That is correct. There is also one other log entry after this one, but it is almost completely fragmented and is almost unable to be read.
Almost? Are there pieces I can see or no?
There are pieces, but you will need to make a Comtech roll in order to get access to it.
I will do my best.
So, Sajaad, you're watching these like lines of data fly by, these sort of logs from this guy Clerk. I'm not sure if you know what to make of it. Drabikowski's sort of like interested, intrigued, etc.
Oh shit! Panicky, panicky,
Oh, dear.
panicky. Probably fucked. Let's find out.
Let's see. Oh dear.
Fuck again.
Yep, you scream. Drabikowski, stress is a bitch. You like, I'm trying to figure out how you would scream in like, probably in frustration, maybe?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think what happens is I almost have it. It's starting to clear up, and then it blips out, and I just like scream in frustration and like smack my leg, my hand against my leg.
I love it.
We're having a
Why can't I read it?
It's a scream fest. Drabikowski screams, Sajaad screams, we all scream for ice cream. It happens when it happens. Yep.
My stress is going down.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, mine
Yeah.
is at 6 now. I'm fine with this.
You don't get to do 2 panic rolls because 2 screams, right? It's just one.
I'm
one
down.
panic roll.
I'm down to 5.
Yay! Screaming reduces stress. Just remember that, folks. Screaming reduces
It does.
stress. Hedenström, what did you roll on your panic roll?
Yeah. Hold on 1 sec. Sorry. I rolled.
We said something, and now this is gonna
Seeking cover? I love it. So where are you, Hedenström? Like, you get up, you run over to, like, you hear people screaming, and you probably run into the med lab, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. That's
Yeah.
where I wanted to kind of go. Anyhow,
Fantastic,
so.
because you find a piece of gear there that Ironhead 454 has given to you.
Excellent. And it is what?
Well,
see.
let's do a roll. Let's find out. Go ahead and roll me a D10.
All right. 5.
Okay. And let's see. It is a candy bar.
Again.
Except this one is probably not eaten. This one is probably just an
There you
actual
go.
candy bar that's not half eaten. This one is
Burger
intact.
is just a candy magnet.
Does the candy like calm me down? Am I?
So candy has a wonderful effect if you look at in the core rule book. I think it actually, where is it? Candy, I think it increases your. I don't think it increases your stress, but I think it. Let me find it. It has a positive effect. Strangely enough, I guess the people who made this game love candy.
It just gives you a food supply once.
Oh, it does? I thought it gave you something more, but that makes
That's all-
sense.
That's all I see.
Okay.
I feel like it should give you like a sugar rush. So maybe like it gives you maybe a plus
agility
one to
boost or
the plus
something.
one to agility. I would have hoped, but
Sugar rush is mentioned, yeah.
So my
But,
food is net.
there's no like.
I'll tell you what.
mechanical-
I'm gonna say just because I want to add this because I'm a fan of candy, even though I don't eat very much of it.
Yeah.
But my kids are. I'm gonna say if you eat the candy, of course, obviously you have to come out of your suit to do so. But
Yeah.
if you eat the candy, I'm gonna give you a plus one to agility.
All right. So I kind of like stuff the candy into a pocket. I make sure nobody sees that I have it.
Yep.
It's like my secret pocket candy.
Yep.
It's mine now.
Pocket candy.
Yeah.
It's yours.
Yeah.
Pocket candy.
I mean, Lark did take off your helmet, so what do you really have to lose, man?
Yeah.
Cheers.
There are two things. Well, I have a question, and then one thing I want to do with one more thing I want to do with Mother. Do I know what Dauter is?
Great question. So Dauter is it's like Mother. It's like it's another system. It's not one that takes over the ship like Mother does. It is I'll tell you. It is a mainframe system that is a supercomputer. So Mother is a sort of mission-specific computer that controls a ship, versus Dauter, which are specifically data supercomputers that are used for chugging through data.
All right. So then I'm going to ask Mother for the location of the Dauter mainframe.
Yeah. So the Dauter mainframe is on deck H in the comms tower.
And then I am going to ask Mother to show any records relevant to the name Levine.
Levine. Could you spell that, please? It asks you.
Yes. Lavigne.
So it has no information on anyone named Levine. They are not in the core manifest, nor are they amongst the crew.
All right.
Drabikowski, did you pass along any of the information to like any of us from what you saw on the screen?
That's what I'm about to do.
Okay.
So
All right.
I was gonna say I didn't want to interrupt the lore problems of getting new information, but I think Lark would have on the second scream walked into the computer room and been like, "Doctor, you do not need to be as stressed as you are. Here, hold the doll. It will make you feel better." And I'm gonna hold up the signature item and try and use my counseling ability to take down some of Sarah's stress.
Okay, cool. Remember, folks,
Nice.
that your signature item is only usable once per act. But because you have an ability, Lark, to do that to other people, I think once... How often do you get to use that, Lark?
The counselor ability is just once per turn.
Cool. So you can do that, but remember that signature abilities, I think some of you have already used to bring your stress down. So keep that in mind.
In this particular instance, I think for the sake of the fact that it's my signature, this is the programming of the doctor, and because androids can't really use signatures the same way, I think that is my attempt to try and do the counseling subroutine in the brain, more than using the signature item on myself.
Absolutely, yeah, no, 100%.
as like, in other words, you're using it for flavor on your talent.
Yes,
Love it.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So that brings his stress down by how much?
Brings me down by one, so I'm at 4, I think.
Yeah, reduce by 1 for each success. So
You have to roll
more
for it. Okay.
successes.
What kind of a roll do you have to do there, Lark? By the way, it looks like you were the subject of Little Osboy's item gift. So go ahead and roll that D10 once you're done.
Yeah, no, the counselor button doesn't seem to be popping up the right way.
Yeah, the buttons don't seem to work on the
okay.
sheet, so you just have to
command
roll.
skill. Here we go.
Yep.
That's great.
Roll the skill.
Great. No, I was trying to make the button work. Wah wah.
Oh,
Can't pull
balls.
Okay, well, I'm still at 5.
Maybe I didn't do it effectively.
You can't push because you're a synthetic.
I think that I am so engrossed in reading this that I
Mhm.
just completely. You are blanked out. I've got blinders on.
You can always try
And
next turn.
so, after having read all of that and gotten what I wanted from Mother, I will sort of move away from the terminal
Fair.
and see. Oh, I made it through the door this time. Yay. Okay. Move out into the main area where everybody else is and say, well, now that Mother is back online, we have a little more information about what happened here. It seems from reviewing Dr. Clark's logs that they brought a piece of the meteorite on board in Terminal 1 and in drilling discovered it encased a ship. That ship was the Chiron, which was attached to a mission. Something a U.S. ship, USMC ship, Kronos. Unfortunately, that mission was classified, but it is possible that the doubter mainframe on the ship may have more information. Whether or not it could break classification, I do not know. But it seems that the asteroid contained both organic and inorganic material, which means that what we have seen and what you saw in there are probably the direct result of bringing this foreign object on board. Which means Terminal 1 may contain answers, but also is probably very dangerous and to be avoided.
Lark, go ahead and roll your D10.
Yeah.
You get a candy bar too.
5. Candy bar.
It's
Candy
all
bar, candy bar, candy bar.
It's candy all the way down.
It's like nap relief. It's like this is scenario is the candy versus the nap relief.
I'd like to mention that.
I mean, it's not shower candy this time.
I'd like to imagine that, like, every time we were handed a nap leave in in Frontier War, it was just us like snacking down on a Snickers. You're not yourself when you're stressed.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then an alien pops out of your stomach and is like, "You're absolutely right."
Feel better. Starts picking daisies instead of biting heads.
It's great.
So,
All right.
so Matt,
Yeah.
I'm in this med lab.
You are.
I'm in a separate room. I didn't really hear the information that Drabikowski relayed, and that's okay. I'll worry about that later.
Let me bring you
Well,
to the
if
med lab itself, right?
If the door was open, then I was saying this loud enough, and also you could probably hear me.
But I would have heard
Yeah,
it
on comms
Okay.
too. So
On comms,
now that all the bullshit has ceased,
Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys to the room that you were looking in the south, if you would like to, which is the room to the south of the med lab, which is some kind of a medical station, of some kind of recovery room. You're not quite sure if that's okay.
Is that okay?
So let me open that door. There you go. I've opened the door. Now you guys can get through it.
Is that the door down here?
It is the door to the south of your current location.
Yeah.
Ejiri and Hedenström.
Mhm.
There you
Okay.
go. Perfect. Okay. So, what you find in this room is quite a lot of stuff. I'll explain to you what it is that you see. So, in this particular room, you find two auto docks. I know that maybe you most of you have seen Alien, but auto docks are they're not med pods. There's a difference between an auto dock and a med pod. Med pods are more sort of diagnostic devices. Auto docks are diagnostic devices as well, but they're a little bit more sophisticated. And the other room that you guys were in previously, the room to the northeast, which was the emergency cryosleep pods. Cryosleep pods are kind of like versions of med pods, but autodocs are for, you know what they are? I'll tell you what they are. Has any of you seen Alien 3?
Yes.
Sadly.
In Alien 3, Ripley sort of like sort of lays in one and lets this thing sort of diagnose her to see the queen alien inside her. That's what basically these autodocs do. They diagnose the problem. They can't necessarily fix it, but they definitely need, you would need some triggering around in there to be able to use it for fixing you. But it's really more of a diagnostic device. So that's what you see on the walls of the med lab. Now, the lab itself seems to be completely undamaged compared to other places that you've been. The room previously had medical supplies, which you guys are already sort of purloined and taken. There's a desk. On this desk are a couple of things. There's this book of what seems to be medical logs, big blue binders full of stuff. You see several culture dishes, cell culture dishes, like petri dishes, that are scattered across the whole room, as well as a large and very prominent horizontal transparent cylinder full of what seem to be fireflies. These tiny little sort of reddish gold, like motes of light. And next to that horizontal cylinder, there is a disc.
Like a compact disc?
Like a floppy disk, a compact disk, whatever you want to call, like late 70s, early 80s / futuristic technology.
Retrofuturism?
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Is there anywhere, do I see anywhere in here to insert this disc?
Like a terminal?
Yeah, there are some terminals in here. Yeah.
All right. So I want to, Burger's going to go ahead and try to just take that disc and find a place to try to access it.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, there's a terminal on one of these desks. You see that there's a nameplate on the desk. It says Web.
So this is not what's his name, Clerk's office.
This is not Clark's office.
Clark. Okay. All right. So I put the disc in.
Okay. You hear, and then I'd like you to make a Comtech roll to see if you can access the disk.
Okay. Comtech. Where is it? Sorry. Where's my Comtech roll? Close combat. Underwits. Thanks. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get?
Wow, dude.
Oh my god.
I don't think I've seen that many panics in a very long time. But that's okay,
Look at
because
all
you
those
only...
fours,
That's
too.
a lot of... Yeah. So 2 successes, 4 panics, but a lot
oh
of
god,
panic.
what's gonna happen to
Got a
him
lot of
this
stress. So let's determine if this works. 10 or above, it doesn't work, and you get the results of whatever panic you get. But if you get less than a 10, then you succeed.
time? You need all ones, buddy. Let's
Well,
go.
the thing is, I'm at a 9.
Yeah, can he?
So no matter what.
If he rolls all ones.
That's an 11, unfortunately. So, yeah, I think that, like, you just hear, like... And the disc, like, you see smoke coming out of the personal computer, and, like, you hear... And sparks start flying out at your face, so you have to seek cover. You dodge, you dive under the cover.
Dodge under the desk.
Yep.
Yeah.
So all PCs in short range, and that's just Ejiri, go up, but your stress goes down. The disc is ruined, unfortunately.
I crawl out from under the desk. I have like some soot on me from the embers that from whatever flew up on me, and I just kind of grab a few of the items off the desk and stuff them into my pack.
Okay. So the items on the desk are medical logs and cell culture dishes.
Yeah, I want to grab the thing with the fireflies in it.
Okay, so that is rather large. It's probably about like 6 or 7 feet in width.
Okay.
It's just like
tube.
it's rather heavy.
Okay, never mind. I
But
leave that.
you
Then.
can-
I'm gonna grab.
If you would like, you can certainly examine it. That's up to you.
I mean, I'm definitely gonna grab a cell culture disc. Pop that in my bag.
You want to grab one of the dishes with the cell cultures in it?
It's closed, right? It's enclosed, I
Yes,
assume.
it is
Yeah.
enclosed.
So, I want to grab one of those.
Okay.
And then I want to flip through the binder.
All right. Do me a favor. Just roll a D2.
See if anything that is to know. A D2.
Yep,
Okay.
a D2. Okay. Thank you.
2.
Yep. Just for that's just for my notes. And then
What
what
could
else?
that be for?
Don't worry about it. And then what else did you want to grab besides the petri
I
dish?
grabbed a cell culture disc, and I just wanted to flip through that binder.
Oh, sure, yeah. So
See if I see anything.
you pick up the logs. It says again. It says the name Webb on it. And I think you find a hard copy of one of the logs. Actually, multiple of the logs that have been printed out from Mother. Except I think that you, Birger, find one of the missing logs that Drabikowski did not get to read.
Okay.
So I'm gonna show that one to you. Here we go. Handouts. Here we go. Player handouts. So this is log 7. This one is the one that was supposedly unavailable to show on Mother. So this one has been sort of damaged in the printout, potentially by the data in Mother itself. But it does say, Mother locked me out of Cronus network files. Did download what you could ostensibly probably mean logs from Chiron, assumingly that's the name of that ship that came from the Cronus, and then black hole singing date to decrypt.
So I'm gonna go back out into the room and relay this to everybody else out there, and I'll show it to Drabikowski as well. What I see, and I believe this is one of those missing logs that we weren't able to find. There was a disk in there that I tried to access, and I wonder if it had these logs that this Dr. Webb was referring to in this log.
Well, it
Good
is
try.
unfortunate that it was damaged.
But if they were using daughter to decrypt it, maybe we can get access to daughter. Maybe.
Oh my
there's
God,
some
it's
information.
daughter.
Yeah,
Why,
it's daughter.
Why am I?
I was-
I'm such an idiot. Why am I thinking it's daughter? It's daughter. That's what it is. It's daughter.
Mother
Mother,
and
daughter.
daughter,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love
I
it.
thought you were.
Makes
I
sense.
thought you were saving it for a reveal, so I didn't want to be a dick.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no.
no. You're right. I just didn't. My brain. What are you gonna do? It's daughter. Yeah.
I was looking at it like, I'm sure this is supposed to mean something, but what is it? I am tired. More caffeine for me.
Yes.
Would I know as an android whether daughter as a supercomputer is running on a separate slave circuit than Mother? Like,
Yes.
with Mother being able to take over stuff, it does.
Yes. It's a separate circuit.
Cool. If we can make our way down to the daughter supercomputer, we probably have a better chance of understanding what it was that caused Mother to shut down and lock out. This may be an attempt to section off problem sections of the ship that might be worth avoiding, but get that information as soon as possible so that we can continue an efficient traveling of the ship.
Well, daughter is located in comms tower, as is the thruster compression coil.
Deck H it is.
Birds and stone, as you say.
Well, let's go, and hopefully the working Joes do not try to stop us.
Has there been any more movement from the greenhouse room?
You haven't seen anything come through.
Right. That's all.
Doors have been closed.
Before we go down, let us all agree that it is important we get off of this station alive. Yes?
Well, it is clear that in its current state we are unable to perform the research that we came for.
Yes. Just so we all understand. No heroics. We are here as part of the company. At least some of us.
The company will understand.
Yes.
I think the priority of getting ourselves safely off this becomes a more problematic station to be on is a better concern. Then we can figure out.
Navarre sort of has come out of his stress-ridden reverie and says, "So where the hell are we going now?"
Deck H.
We're going back.
Communications tower.
We're going back down.
Would you rather stay up here with your new friends and this out?
I'm going where you're going. I'm just worried. That's all. All right, fine.
The comms tower contains objects that we need to repair this ship.
I'm gonna
It is a
hand
necessary
him
evil.
the doll.
I don't need this.
I'm telling you,
thing.
Hedenström needs the doll.
Give it to that guy. He
During
fell over on
the
the.
entire elevator ride, Lark is going to make everybody.
There's no elevator. I don't know what kind of elevator. There's no
it's,
elevator.
It's a ladder. It's a
Yeah,
ladder.
you guys have to. Well, it's actually
forgot
not a
about that.
ladder. It's a chute, right? So it's
Gravity
there's
chute.
no gravity. You just fall
Yeah.
or jump up and go down. That's the way it works.
Hooray.
hmm
Mac's favorite thing.
Glad I've
right.
got 0G mobility.
So if you're going to deck H, and
Nice.
that's the if that's the decision, I should say, for all of you, if y'all wouldn't mind just sort of crouching into a little small space so I can grab you and move you to deck H. Just get into one area so I can copy paste you.
Copy pasta.
Najaad? Am I pronouncing your name right? Because I know we came to some conclusion about what Sajaad is. It Sajaad? Sajaad?
Sajaad, I
It's
think.
Sajaad, yeah. But
It's Sajaad?
okay.
Sajaad.
So, I've been doing my own thing the entire time.
What is? You know what I'm going to call? I've got a better idea. I'm going to call you by your
Just call me
first.
Noor.
I'm going to call you Noor. I'm going to call you by your
Exactly.
first name, Noor. There we go. So Noor, what are you doing? While everybody else has been machinating and planning, what are you doing?
I mean, after Drabikowski left the room, I kind of went over the logs a little bit, trying to wrap my head around them.
Okay.
I also wanted to search Mother a little bit.
Search Mother. Okay. Would you like to do that privately, or would you like to do that not privately?
Well, I mean, no one's here with me. I'm in the room by
No,
myself.
that's correct.
so-
You are. Yeah.
Or do you mean like message you what I'm searching?
Yeah. That depends if you want to be. If you want it to be a secret from the rest of the group.
I think that's a good idea.
Super. Go ahead and message me whilst these folks are getting themselves together, and I'll message you back what it is that you get from Mother if you decide to search through tapping her for whatever you're looking for. Sound good?
That sounds great.
Cool. So go ahead and let's just move you all down to deck H.
Matt, one last thing.
Yeah, sure.
While we were in that southern room, that room south of the medical lab,
Yeah.
can I just have taken a quick CBRN scan of the Firefly container?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's glowing with radiation.
Yes, that's Hedenström, it's good you did not take that tube. It's quite.
So, Ejiri, when you do your scan of these fireflies, shall we call them, you note that there's a laser that's part of this enclosure that's actually sort of piercing the enclosure, and it's literally sort of a web of laser light that is somehow or other illuminating these fireflies. Not quite sure what that means, but the refraction of that laser, all of these tiny lights, as you sort of move your CBRN towards it, the lights begin to get, like, they actually begin to multiply. You begin to see more of them, like boop, 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 boop. And as you back off and the laser begins to sort of refract less, maybe because of the interference with the CBRN, you see fewer of those lights come into being.
Hmm.
All right, so you guys are going to deck I or deck H? I can't remember. H.
H.
Okay. All right. Deck H. I gotcha. Okay, so here we are. All right, folks. So I'm going to bring you to the deck H map because you guys are on a separate map. And here you are. Oops, you were. Let me take you guys off.
Waste
there.
bin, toxic gas. That is not where I want to be.
So here you are. You're in the deck H, which as you remove yourself from the chute, you find that it's a good thing that you are in in your suits, but you find that as you sort of remove yourself from the area, that you're in an enormous sort of reactor space. There are sort of there's a pool of coolant between yourself and what you can only assume to be the doors to the east and to the west. And there are 4 reactor rods to the northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast. You are in a very highly radioactive area. So you're each going to get a single weak rad right now. The longer you stay here, the more rads you're going to collect.
Would we know from having looked at the map how to get to the comms tower from where we are, which is on this deck?
I will tell you, actually. So if you... Yeah, so there are doors behind the reactor rods that will bring you to the rest of the station where you were before. And you can find your way through. There are some plasma relay stations where you will find the cutting tools. And if you get yourself to that area... Oh, you know what? I should have told you this. I apologize. The comms tower is only available from the level above Deck H.
Oh, well, then we would have gone to that level.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say that you guys went, instead of Deck H, that you went to Deck G.
Okay, so we don't take radiation since we didn't come in.
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
So Deck G. Let me bring you back to the map that you were at, which is Deck G map. Okay. So Deck G allows you to get... Because what you do is you go to Deck G, you go to the area in Deck G, and then you go down to Deck H via there's an area in Deck G.
Gotcha.
Okay, so... Here is Deck G. I think you guys have been here before, though.
Can you shift ping us?
I will.
Yeah, Deck G is where we entered in.
That is
Yeah,
that is correct.
that's where we abandoned the Working Joes, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that is correct.
We landed on H. We climbed to G where the Working Joes were, right?
Yeah, in fact, what you guys did was you guys were you came to this level. The Working Joes brought you to a certain portion of the level itself, and then you guys decided to take the chute on this level up, and now you've come back to it, which makes a lot of sense.
I am stuck and can't move.
Okay,
I'm stuck in a wall.
I will remove you from the wall.
It's a closed door you can click on.
I gotcha.
No, I'm in an
she's
open
just in
area.
a wall.
I'm just
It's just because
I'm
I copy
stuck in a wall.
pasted you. It's fine.
yeah.
I will
there we
remove
go.
you guys from the walls.
Now
Sometimes
I
that happens.
Okay.
Yep. And I'll remove.
So from where we are, which way is it to the comms tower?
north.
Okay. I would like to listen at this door to see if it sounds like there are Working Joes hiding behind it, trying to murder me.
Yeah, go ahead and make an observation roll, please, for me.
Okay,
couple
let's
panics there.
see what happens with the pit.
But
God,
definitely
I'm
some
rolling
successes.
Panic like crazy. Okay, how about nothing bad? Trembling. I can live with trembling. Trembling is good. That's fine.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
And that's 4 successes,
Yeah.
which you can't bank on observation,
don't.
unfortunately. So I'm just going to use. Well, first of all, tell me what I hear.
Yeah, sure. So you hear on the other side of the door, you hear it sounds like snoring. It sounds like sort of like you know how like when a drunk guy snores, he's sort of like it's like a wet snoring. Sounds like that's what it sort of sounds
Yes. I'm going to use all the stunts. Is it coming for me? Are there more of them close by? How do I get him passed away?
like. Oh man, you can use all. Is it coming for you? No.
Because you can't bank observation stunts, so
Very
I'm just going
true.
to use them all.
Using them all.
Yeah. Using them all. Is it coming for me? No. Are there more of them? Probably not. This is just like it sounds like one person. And what's the third one?
How do I get in passed away?
How do you get in the door?
We're past it. Like what's?
Oh, how do you get past a snoring guy?
Do they sound?
Walk
Do they
over him.
sound like they're slumped up against the door?
No, they sound like they're in the room. They sound like they're not directly against the door, but in the room
Okay.
next door.
All right.
That's at least something.
All right. I will very quietly say to the others, there is somebody asleep on the other side of this door. Let's try not to wake them. And then I will open the door.
Okay. So you open the door. Now the door in this hallway is actually open and shows you a long security muster point of multiple doors. And so what you do see is this particular area has, very little, if anything, of note, except for multiple doors that are pinioned along the side of it. All the way, probably, I don't know, before the first set of doors, there does seem to be a naked, sort of pale-looking guy. At least from your perspective, he looks like he's sort of curled up into a ball on the floor.
It's totally naked.
Yeah, he's naked.
That's weird.
That's definitely not normal. I suggest we move past him and let him sleep off whatever brought him here.
I mean, couldn't you have answers though?
Does he look, from our perspective, does he look like healthy?
I mean, you're like 40 feet, 50 feet away from him.
Not anymore. I'm walking towards him quietly.
Okay. You walk toward. Make a stealth roll.
I'm going to go like right here, right to this door. See if I can get a closer look.
Yeah.
Stealth roll.
Yeah, please.
Mobility.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a mobility roll.
Yep, 1 sec. I'm not very good at that.
Can
That's
I?
okay.
Oh God!
So much panic, man.
Burger.
We really need to de-stress this guy.
This is I love this guy. This is my best friend. This guy, Birger Hedenström. He's the best. He's like, I'm gonna do this.
Watch him scream, wake this guy up. Oh God!
No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go catatonic. I'm gonna
He's
fall
gonna
on
go
the face.
berserk and kill him.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to follow after Hedenström because
Yeah, Hedenström, you hear his shoes squeak, squeak, squeak on the floor, and then he goes berserk.
I'm gonna try to fucking stop him.
Sajaad, you turn, and he's just like he's got this murderous look in his eye. As clearly, wait, do either of you guys have
Burger is just
CBRN?
schizophrenic.
Do either of you have CBRN canisters?
Canisters?
Or not canisters? I
have a CBRN.
Machines. You do. Hedenström, I think, Sajaad, as you watch Hedenström walk towards this guy, you see, you don't see, you hear tick, 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 tick,
I'm gonna-
tick, 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 and then Hedenström, like, turns
I'm backing
around.
the fuck up as soon as I hear that.
Hedenström turns around, and he grabs his head, and he's like, "Ah!" And he grabs for his knife, and he tries to stab you, Sajaad.
Okay.
I'm gonna lay
Noor.
that out, man.
Wait, what'd you say, babe?
I'm gonna fuck your shit up. I'm sorry.
So what are you doing in reaction to that, Noor?
I'm gonna
Are
try.
you gonna block?
So
Well, he also panics on this again, so
That is true.
I want to. Can I like trip him?
So the
Like,
first
like-
thing you do is every friendly character who witnesses your rampage, who's just, I think, Noor at this point in time. I think everyone else has positioned themselves like along the wall.
as soon as I hear that thing start ticking, I'm like, fuck, and I back way the hell
Totally fair. So I'm going to say this only affects Noor. Noor, you need to make a panic roll as well.
Yeah, I can do that, man.
You want me to make mine too, since I panicked?
No. It's just the person who witnesses you. You've already panicked. You're berserk.
I enjoy the stress.
Okay, so your stress goes up by 1, but no one else is there to increase by 1. So your stress only goes up by 1.
Yeah.
So,
Well, just to be clear, I did panic again when I tried to attack Noor.
that's okay. So go and let's hope that you panic and get a higher number so that your knife attack is unsuccessful.
Well, he automatically will, won't he? Because
That's
Yeah,
true.
can I-
stacks.
Can I? Wait. Wait. What? He automatically will.
Yeah, because of the amount of stress that he has.
Oh. Fair enough.
Because panic stacks. If you roll a panic roll when you're already panicking, you automatically just move up to the next step, which is unless he rolls the 16, which is whatever. I think that's. I forget what that one is.
Can I have a heart attack?
No, you don't have a heart attack and die.
I think that's the one where you start attacking yourself.
Oh gosh. Well, let's find out what you rolled here, Birger. Go ahead and roll your
Okay,
panic
I'm gonna
again
do
one more
that at one
time.
point.
There's a lot of panic happening here, folks. Yeah, seek and cover, which means that you just go up to the next roll, or I should say the next level of panic, which is catatonia, which is the same thing as you did
Again.
before.
Again.
You just
Burger
and just fall and slump against the wall.
We really need to de-stress Burger somehow. You
Here's,
guys.
yeah. So I'm going to actually just place Birger and you guys where you were when this happened, because it's kind of important, and I'll explain why.
Oh no.
When Birger goes catatonic and slumps against the wall, the naked man gets up and looks over at you, except it's not a naked man. And it doesn't have eyes, because it unfolds and unwraps. It's this curled up, sort of fleshy, mucusy thing with mandibles and sort of tentacle-like arms, and it screeches. And let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I'm sorry if I just Leroy Jenkins stuff, guys.
Burger,
I was just trying to look
your
at him.
privileges to walk, buddy.
I was just
love
trying to
it.
look at him.
I love it.
That's all I was trying to do.
All right, so let
Moving
me
the plot
bring
forward.
on. I'm going to bring on
Where the hell?
the music, and so we can stop with this like tense crap. So it's killing me.
Where's the
And
initiative?
yeah, so it's just rolling. What you're going to do is you're going to roll a d10. This is how we do it in game. You can either play it with cards, or you can do it with just rolling d10. So I think it's probably best that we just roll a d10, and since there are fewer
Which
than 10
is not an
combatants-
option, so we're just gonna have to do it manually.
Yeah, just do it manually.
I was gonna say, yeah. Did they change that when they changed the sheets over?
They
'Cause it's
did,
just
yes.
not here.
That's
Okay.
correct, yeah. So I'm just going to add turns to y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd say Navarre, just for sake of argument, unless you guys want him to. He will stay out of this fucking combat. Is that okay?
That's fine.
Yeah,
We
that's
need
fine.
NPCs to stay alive so that we can play them when we die.
Exactly. Exactly. All right.
So, where's this?
You'll get your turn when it comes
I'm
around.
going to bring him on. I'm going to bring him on the board right meow. Oh, there he is. He's already on the board.
Meow.
Here. Let me give you what the token looks like.
Oh, well, fuck me, I guess.
No.
Ooh,
How about
Cool,
no?
cool,
How about no?
cool, cool,
It
cool.
is a Cthulhu demigorgon.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
lots of tentacles and got a mouthful of nasty,
Not
sharp,
a
pointy
fan.
teeth. It's pretty gross.
Oh, not even a little bit. Nope. No,
That's,
thank
okay.
that's a nope.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah, thanks, I hate it.
you.
Ah,
Okay, so let's give you some music, and then we're going to get into it. Here we go. Yep. Come on, music. Any day. There we go. I've got it. Okay, so what do we got for rolls here? Hedenström, you got a 7. Noor, you got an 8.
I put mine in for you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Drabikowski, you got a 6. Lark, you got a 3.
Trace.
And Ejiri, you got a 4. Wow, you guys did it all amazing.
Nice.
All right, so let's roll for our friend here.
be a 9.
It will be a 9.
Yes.
That's bad though. Oh wait, no, that's good. No, that's
That means
good.
it was last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he's last. Yes. Let me see how many turns he gets though, because sometimes these things have additional speed.
Oh, yeah.
It has
Oh,
speed
now
of
the
2.
music kicks in.
Oh yeah, the music's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
kick in now, my friend.
I'll try and lean away from it so it doesn't come up on the mic.
That's all right. I'm just gonna bring it down a bit, just a smidge. So it does have speed of 2, which means it does have 2 attacks in the turn. So I'll add it twice.
Great.
Oh yeah. Add
As
turn.
long as he doesn't roll a 1.
Maybe it was a 10. Hopefully.
Well,
Exactly.
That too.
it's either going to be a 2 or a 5 or a 10. Those are the
We have
only
a 1?
acceptable. Oh, there's also not a there's not a 1, so
Yeah.
it could be a 1.
Don't tell him that.
That's an
Well, he's
8.
gonna roll a die.
8 is a
I
John.
got
8.
5. Okay.
5.
All right, so a new turn has been added, or will be added, I should say, to. Let's call him Cuddles. Sound good?
Bad
Asshole.
touch.
Cuddles.
Bad touch.
Yes. So Cuddles will have 2, and there we go. Lark, you are up first. What do you
Yeah.
wish to do?
As soon as this thing starts to unfold itself, is the sort of open mouth that I assume is towards the center of these tentacles sort of facing me?
Yes.
Great.
Definitely towards you. Yeah.
Aim and fire.
Okay.
Fast and slow.
Nice.
Bolt gun is short
damn.
range or
I
engaged.
will-
Short range.
It's short, not engaged.
Okay, cool.
Let me pull it up real quick though.
Both gun is short range, correct. And you have to reload it.
Yeah.
Each turn.
Great. Not a fan, but it's there.
Okay.
Oh, I've been playing Alien Isolation. I
It's
remember.
it's a
That was
missed
with
shot
this.
anyway.
That is
so-
a missed shot. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
So, the blast echoes through the hallway. Anything else, Lark? I think that was short and fast, right?
yeah,
sh-
no, that was
Fast and-
yeah,
fast
fast
and-
and
fast
slow.
and slow.
That's my turn. That's all I can do.
Okay, Ejiri, you're up.
Ejiri, so currently Hedenström is catatonic, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we all have comms. We've
You're all on comms, absolutely.
Ejiri just says, Hedenström, get up, stop sleeping, and come back over here. Now! I'm going to command him out of his catatonic.
Superb. Go for it.
Okay.
Okay. 2 successes, but 2 panics, so please roll your panic.
That's a lot of panic dice.
It is a lot. Okay, so unfortunately your command does nothing. He stays exactly where he is, and you see this thing just... And you have to see cover. You're fucking absolutely frightened as hell. So your stress goes down by 1, but everyone else's stress goes up by 1.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Okay.
So that is my next thing to do. Okay, cool.
Not mine though, right? Because I'm catatonic.
That is correct.
To 8 now, guys.
I just went back up to 6.
I want to shoot this thing in the face, but I don't know if I'm gonna get a chance if you guys keep giving me stress.
This is great. I love this. This is what I'm about. All right, anything else, Ejiri?
That is it for me. I'm just going to swirl around the corner and effectively seek cover.
Seek cover?
Yeah. I'll spend my next. Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay, cool. We're on to Cuddles here, folks. Well, Cuddles has some attacks, so let's not mince words here. Cuddles has 6 different types of attacks. I'm just going to roll a d6 and see what he gets. That's a 1. Okay, so here's what happens on a 1. This is an attack called Intimidate. So what happens is this sort of trilobite creature rises up to its full 3-meter height. It's literally just taking up the entire space within this tunnel, exposing its underbelly maw and sizing up its victims. Or its victim. In this case, the closest victim who is not catatonic is probably Noor. Noor, please make a panic roll.
You son of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You go berserk.
Oh, you know
right,
what?
there
This
you
is
go.
fine. I'm gonna shoot this motherfucker.
The nearest person or creature, friendly or not. The nearest person,
He's catatonic.
I mean,
Oh no.
there are 3 people around you who are the nearest to you. I don't know if you are so absolutely berserk that you would go after Hedenström on the ground, but you have Lark right behind you.
But I'm a.
Let's make the dice decide, since you don't want to. Go ahead and roll a d2. 1 is Lark, 2 is Cuddles.
How do I roll a d2?
Just slash
Just
R
type it.
1d2.
/R space
1d2.
1d2.
Yep. Slash R
slash-
space 1d2. Thank you.
1d2.
Oh, that's Lark.
Mm.
So I would say it's a savage attack. Do you have any melee weapons?
I have a gun.
You have a gun?
Yeah, I don't have any.
Then you're gonna shoot. Then you're gonna shoot Lark.
I mean, I have my fist. Does that count?
It says you must near. It doesn't say how, but it says you won't stop until you or the target is broken. This isn't just a punch. Right now, the good thing is that although he's catatonic, he's not broken. Okay. So you will go after Lark until Lark is broken, until you are somehow forced not to do so.
Unless you pull a Birger and immediately go
Pass
catatonic.
out.
when
That's
you
exactly
attack.
right. Exactly. So, Noor, please make your shot at Lark.
Oh, okie dokie. Let me do that then. Just click the gun. Oh, nothing happened.
Go to the main screen, see if it's asking you to add modifiers.
Yeah, it may do that.
Oh, it's not actually.
Let me do it for you if you'd like.
Let me. It's wrong place.
So if you just click on the little black die next to supernova, that's a supernova
Oh.
shotgun.
Oh, it's a. Yep.
Fuck is that?
It's a shotgun. It's not a shotgun. It's a shock gun.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, I don't think we've
Now-
ever heard this new word before.
There we go.
well, that's
I did it for
gonna
you.
suck.
So these are
I'm sorry,
electrostatic
Sergeant. What the
kinetic energy projectile weapons that fire armor-piercing rounds that carry a stun charge.
Great.
Any human attack that suffers damage from an attack must make a hard stamina roll or be stunned. It's a good thing you're not human.
And also, she panicked.
And she panicked, so she could
I
miss.
did. I did.
God creates dinosaur. God creates man. God creates RPG.
Oh,
Maeve
I
kills
see.
Patrick.
I rolled.
Maeve tends to kill Patrick in every game she plays.
Oh my goodness! Joke's on her. I killed myself in Magi Knights.
Let me make my panic roll, okay?
Please do.
Yeah.
Okay, you fucking miss. You see cover.
And go
God.
catatonic.
Yep. So the good thing is that you will need to you need to reload your gun. Whenever you fire a gun and you roll panic, you have to like go
Here's a gun.
and so you have to reload and you have 3 reloads. Every gun has 3 reloads. So instead you miss and you have to see cover. So your stress level is decreased by 1, but the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range increases by 1. Who's in range? Nobody is in range in short range. That's good.
So, I should
yeah.
fuck off somewhere is what I'm hearing?
So yeah, you fuck
Or
off.
catatonic.
You fuck off from danger.
No, she's
Okay.
catatonic because it goes up. She just pulled a Birger.
Oh, that's right. She pulled a Birger, so she goes catatonic. So both of you are fucking catatonic. I love it. Catatonic, catatonic. I'm making you go. I'm giving you the big catatonic faces. There you go.
You and I are both just laying there, just eyes rolled.
This
to
is
the back of our
fantastic.
head.
This guy's gonna have you for lunch. I can't wait. Who's gonna play the cat?
Well, I mean, it's not my turn yet, so I mean, someone could wake me up.
That is so true. That is so true. Okay.
Still the roll of a die.
That is Cuddles. That was Cuddles' turn. He intimidated
Yeah.
you.
Oh my God.
You shot at Lark. You fucking and then you missed, and then you fell catatonic on the floor.
That was a great
Not
turn.
even.
It's a great turn for me. It's a great turn for me. I'm
It's
not
a
gonna
great
lie.
turn for Cuddles.
Cuddles
mad
is like
Maeve,
Cuddles.
honestly.
Cuddles flexes.
Numbers.
Those are rookie numbers there. Come on, Maeve.
You
All right.
all are puny humans. You're afraid of all these tentacles.
All right.
Okay, Drabikowski,
gonna-
save us for God's sake.
I'm gonna poke my head up here, look down the hallway, and say, "Why is everybody on the floor? Birger, get the fuck up!" And my command is shit, but I'm gonna try to command him out of his panic.
I just spat all over the goddamn place.
You're welcome.
Amazing.
God damn it! Why'd you
And-
make me do that?
Because I'm.
Why is everybody on the
All right.
floor?
This is probably not going to go well, but maybe my stress dice will help me.
Okay, that was awful.
Ah! Boom!
You did
2
it.
successes.
You
I
did
did
it.
it. I commanded Birger out of his panic. What are the stunts on command?
I've got that.
+1 on his roll to carry out an order. I'm just going to bank a +1 to command for later because he doesn't need a +1 to not be stressed anymore.
Cool. Thank God.
So
'cause God knows
would you
need it.
say you flipped the burger?
Get out.
Jesus Christ.
and
Don't worry, I'll be dead in a minute.
Just
and having done that with my slow action, I'm
Yes.
going to come over here and seek cover with my fast action.
okay.
Actually, I'm going to come all the way fucking back here and seek cover with my fast action.
That's
I don't want that thing to be able to see me.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. Okay. Well, a
Thus
newly
endeth
revived.
my turn, but Birger is awake.
That is true. I will remove the catatonia object on Hedenström. Okay. It is now your turn, Mr. Hedenström.
All right. So I come out of my catatonic state. I'm panicked. I see this large creature kind of looming 3 meters over me. I'm going to use my fast action to draw my EVA pistol,
Okay.
and then I'll use my slow action to fire at it.
Solid. Let's go.
Maybe don't panic this time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Did it work? What happened?
it did.
Oh,
There's a
you-
panic.
So
But there's a
2
panic. Oh, but
successes,
you're-
but there is a panic.
You're down to 5 though.
That's
This
true.
is you can come out of this one.
It's a very it's a very distinct possibility that you may actually not get a 10 or higher.
I'm down to. What do you mean? I'm down to 5. I have 7 stress right now.
Oh, that's what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
it put the successes up at the top.
That's
I
right.
realized they were
Those are stress
I got it on
successes.
that. Okay.
Got it.
All right. Panic roll.
Success.
Ooh, you made it.
Ooh, yay!
Okay, so
Cool.
the good thing is that it does go through. You do 1 damage to this creature, assuming that it meets its it doesn't fail its armor rating, which is going to do so right now. Which it has no successes.
Cool.
Yep. So you shoot it, and you see a sort of sploosh of blackish purple liquid that comes out of its midsection. It screeches. But you begin to tremble enthusiastically, shall we say, as you suffer a -2 modification to all agility-related rolls, which, of course, ranged attacks are part of. So please make that a note of when you do another ranged combat roll. You need to do a -2 as the modifier.
Got it. Okay, that's my turn.
Fast action, slow action. You get to move. Do you want to stay where you are?
Well, it takes a slow action to get up from prone.
Oh, that's a
and
good
I'm
point.
prone, right?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You are prone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I push
You can
stay
crawl?
prone? Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, that's also crawl if prone. It's also a slow
Oh,
action. So
that's right. Never
It's all right.
mind.
I'll just stay where I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
God. Okay, fine. That's fair.
Sure.
Noor is catatonic.
So I don't get to do anything.
So unfortunately, you are stuned.
Fuck.
And
Well,
hey, it was nice knowing you. This is now the second of Cuddles' turns. So here we
Practice your meows, man.
Here we go.
go. Practice your meows. How dare you? How dare
I mean,
you?
if I'm the fucking cat, I am putting on face makeup.
Here we
and
go.
everything with me.
You better fucking
Fuck
believe
it.
it. Here we go. Roll 1d6. And let's see. Oh, that's a 6.
Oh, shit bucket.
High numbers are never good in this game, man.
No, they are.
Here's what a 6 is. It's an attack called... I'm sorry. It's an attack called Violation.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't like that at all.
So
man.
this
This isn't the
trilobite...
anime game, Matt.
Listen, I didn't make this game, okay? I just read the damn text. Here we go. So, and it did get 1 success on it, too. This trilobite, let's call it Cuddles, entangles the victim with its tentacles, grabbing it. Make an opposed roll with 10 base dice against the target's close combat skill, which I have done so, and now it's going to be against the target's close combat skill. So who's the target? The target is the creature closest to it. I gave you a chance, Michael. I gave you a chance to put our friend Noor in the way.
I
and
have
you're like,
that was combat too.
that's true.
After I used both my actions.
That's true. You did use both your actions, like to pull your
Yeah.
gun out and shoot.
Yeah.
So then it's just going to target you.
Okay.
Please make a close combat roll and try to get more than 1 success. Actually, all you need is 1 success.
Okay.
You get this.
Totally gonna panic. Here we go.
That's
Oh, yeah, you're
0
gonna
successes
panic hard.
and you panicked.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
All right.
panic.
So
Here comes the panic roll.
it doesn't really matter at this point in time,
Okay.
because the trilobite has in fact grappled you and forces your head into position, as they call it.
Oh dear God.
I don't like that.
I now get to, unfortunately, to have Cuddles roll a new attack with 10 base dice.
Cuddles.
Oh dear God.
If Cuddles gets 1 or more successes, you are immediately broken and suffer critical injury 46.
Okay.
The last sensation, if this, of course, succeeds, are horrifying as Cuddles thrusts its proboscises into your mouth, implanting its embryo before you pass out.
Ooh.
I never asked for this.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Now,
So you got to make a roll.
I do have to make a roll with 10 base dice.
Oh God.
So,
And you just need 1/6.
all I need is 1 success. Here we go.
I really hope this commands me up because I do not want this to happen to me
I'm
too.
just gonna roll it like this. Roll 10d6. If a single 6 comes up,
Bad things.
bad thing.
Bad things. Oh,
Oh my good lord.
That's 3 6s.
What the
6,
absolute
6.
shit?
3 6s.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Devil's number.
666.
Which means that although Hedenström is like, "Ah, ah, ah," and this thing just wraps around you, Hedenström, wraps around your head, Hedenström, and
That-
just, yeah.
Does it matter that he's wearing a helmet?
Oh, it pierces the glass of your head.
Oh.
100%.
Oh.
Its proboscises are like beaks. It's just, and so there's like a smash of glass, and it just goes, and you just watch Hedenström just like collapse onto the ground as this thing covers his entire body with its form. Now, critical injury 46.
His ruptured intestines.
That is correct. You guys watch Hedenström fall to the ground with this thing on top. Hedenström isn't immediately deceased, but he's being implanted.
So we don't necessarily know that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Well, Hedenström sure as hell does.
Yeah.
That's why we're laughing. It's so bad.
Lark, it's your turn.
Slow action reload, fast open in case I need to fucking block this shit.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Oh God. Okay. Ejiri,
I
it's
got
now.
nothing.
Ejiri, it's your turn.
Oh boy.
Body horror is a thing, folks. Body horror is a thing.
Yeah, I've never been both cuddled and violated at the same time.
Well, then, never mind. I'm not going to say.
I was gonna say, like, that's an opening to give all of these folks any one of them.
Kind of looking.
Where's Ashley when you need her right now?
Say, listen, you need to expand your horizons, young man.
Something's expanding right now. Something's contracting.
God.
So am I the big spoon or the little spoon in this?
I think you.
There it is. There it is.
No.
I think you are the.
Inner spoon.
I'm just trying to think. Like, is there a?
You are the littlest Matryoshka doll.
You misunderstood. You're not spooning. You're being spooned out.
Yes.
Oh God. Oh no.
Actually, he's being spooned into.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's
More
move on here.
terrifying.
Let's move on.
Okay, so I did end up using my
Oh, God.
my fast action to seek cover.
Yes.
So just the seek cover panic has passed. Yes.
I would say yes. Sea cover was 1 round, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Then you are good.
Ejiri takes a deep breath as he's just closing his eyes, hearing whatever happened with Hedenström. Hedenström just says, "Sergeant Sajaad, are you still here? We need you. Come on!" And is going to use command to try to wake the sergeant up.
Okay.
Let's see it.
Yay.
Okay.
3 successes.
This is pop. I just gotta check that panic.
Check that panic. You're good.
Woo!
Yes.
But your stress
Oh.
level does go up, as well
And
as
so does
everyone else.
mine, God
Everyone
damn it.
else's as well.
Well,
But
just the three of us back here in the corner. Probably.
That is true.
No one else can see him.
that is true. That is
Yeah.
true. All right.
God
So
damn it.
Noor is back up. Let me just move. I'm assuming that you want to move up to do that, Ejiri.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Because you can't be like, "Hey, you!"
Well,
We
have
have comms.
We have
We've
comms,
already-
so we established we have
Oh, that's a
comms.
good point. That's a good point. If you want, that's up to you. You want to be like, "Get your acid gear!"
The Cuddles puddle.
Jesus Christ.
Dear God. I'm looking to see if I get any stunts off command.
No problem. There are
Here for
stunts.
a good
There are
time.
stunts off command here. Let me give them to you. There you go.
Thank you kindly. Okay, so already took care of that one.
Oh, and the regular stunts list, it just says +1 to their
Yeah.
to
For
their roll
every
to carry
success,
it out,
you get a +1 mod to your roll when carrying out the order you gave.
which is just snapping out of it.
Right. So I
So
mean,
you can also just bank. You can also bank that for later if you're going to keep commanding people out of.
That's a good point. I mean, if you command people like "fire on that asshole," and so that's basically a +1 to that roll that you tell them to do.
Okay, yeah. I will. Otherwise, I'll bank those other two.
Okay. Works for me. I have to take a look at panic. Oh, that's not panic. It's critical injuries roll. What was that? 43. Yeah.
46.
46. Ruptured
46,
intestines. So this is a. Oh, geez. This is a fatal injury for you, Mr. Hedenström. Apologies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
But
just
we have a
looking at.
shift
In one
To
shift.
to heal them up.
5 to
heal
10
them.
hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is the virulence? What's the disease virulence?
Yeah. So what happens is that you need to. So a virulence is a virulence roll is where you need to make a stamina roll against a which is against a. I roll 6 dice, and then you have to beat the successes I get on that roll.
Do
so
what?
you make through your stamina. So I roll 6d6.
Yeah.
And then you roll a stamina roll and try to beat how many successes I got in order to not get diseased by whatever you have just been affected by.
Do I do that now?
I
Or
would
do we do it
say, you know what?
now? Wait till my turn.
I mean, it doesn't say roll a disease roll, because what happens is usually when you get shot in the stomach or something like that, and your intestines go out, you basically get sepsis, and that's the reason why you get that. You have to have that virulence roll. In this case, it doesn't seem to have that particular indication that you need to do that, because you've not been shot from the outside. You've been shot from the inside. So you don't need to roll the virulence roll. It's kind of an already. It's a fait accompli.
It's already a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. That's Ejiri's turn. Yes.
Yeah, that's good. That's correct. I swing back around the corner to be out of sight of Cuddles.
Okay. So, let me take a look and see here. What was the exact thing that Cuddles needed? Does he stay on your body? It says the trilobite goes catatonic, covering the victim with its own body to protect the host during embryo implantation. So, Cuddles does exactly that. Cuddles loses its turn and just stays there, just like pulsing over Hedenström's body.
Now, does Cuddles lose both turns, or just the one?
I'm sorry?
So Cuddles gets to go twice. Is it the whole turn they lose, so they don't get to go?
They have gone
both times?
catatonic.
Okay.
I only say they because I could say it, or whatever. Cuddles, right? Cuddles has gone catatonic. If you remember from Covenant, at the end of Covenant, the thing that came out of Dr. Moss, I think her name was Dr. Moss, at the end, which then grew into this crazy-looking trilobite-like thing, and then attacked the engineer at the very end, if you remember, hopefully. And then it implanted itself into the engineer and just stayed there, pulsing over the engineer. For however long, you don't know. Until it probably just fell off, and then whatever came out of the engineer, well, we found out pretty soon after.
All right. So it's my turn. There's this room behind me. I'm looking around for anything that could be used as an improvised weapon.
Oh, okay. So you run into the assembly hall. The door opens. It's the same room that you remember from before, actually.
I just don't remember in game what was in it. So
Yeah, there was nothing. Let me double check on the assembly hall here. But
like I said, improvised weapon, blunt object, anything I can pick up and grab.
Absolutely. Nothing in the assembly hall, but let me triple check while I see if there's anything in there that could be used. Let's see. Yeah. Besides the fact that when you go into this room, you start to hear, like, do you have a Geiger counter, actually?
No.
Okay, you don't hear anything. So yeah, there's nothing. This assembly hall is just literally just walls and yeah, just walls. It is a hall to have an assembly in. So there's nothing really in it except the doors that you saw before.
Status, what is going on? I say into comms.
We're dealing with something. You may want to come look at it.
I will trepidatiously move around the corner, look at this fucking mess that is happening in the hallway, and simply say, "Don't just stand there, get it off!" And I'm just moving back over here and seeking cover again. Like, fuck this shit. I'm not going near that thing.
Okay. Let me ask any of you at this time, do any of you want to act offensively or violently towards Cuddles?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Okay. Then we're just gonna keep on keeping on then. Hedenström, I'm afraid we're gonna have to skip your turn and go right to Sajaad.
That's fair.
Okay.
So reloading my gun, is it a fast action or a slow action?
Reloading
Slow.
is a slow action
That's the
Okey-dokey.
problem.
when you panic.
I think it's slow. I think it's just slow normally, right?
Yeah, it is just a slow action.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what? Fuck it. I know Hedenström has a knife on him.
Yes, he did.
I'm gonna. Can I see him?
Yeah, you can see him. He's underneath this mass of flesh.
Great. I'm gonna take his knife and I'm gonna stab this bitch in the face.
Okay, cool. So I mean, it's catatonic, so it doesn't react. But so you can just get you can get max damage if you want on it. Doesn't matter to me.
Hell yeah. I don't have a knife, so I couldn't say how much. Damage is.
You know what?
My knife is just... It's 1?
It's 1 damage.
So whatever your close combat skill is would be max damage.
That's correct. Yeah.
It's a large knife. It's 2 damage.
Oh, it's
Well,
2
that's
damage.
Great.
Oh,
Super.
It's the number on the right? So it's 2 damage.
Yep, that's correct.
So my close combat is a 4.
so 5 damage total then.
Let's see if it's
Okay, actually, question.
Sure.
If I use my fast action, I get a +2 modification to close combat skill. So
Nice.
it'd be a 6, wouldn't it?
If you use your fast action to do what?
Yeah.
That's to
So-
aim. That's to aim.
Yeah.
Nope. It says you get a +2 modification to close combat if you sacrifice your fast action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There.
Oh.
We've never done that before,
Yeah.
but that's great.
Yeah,
Nice.
it doesn't close combat aim.
Oh, neat. Okay, cool.
Cool.
From like a talent, I think.
Neat.
Yeah, it is a talent. I really need to have a melee weapon. 'cause-
That's hey, you do you. So yeah,
You
that
got
would
one
give you
now.
a lot of damage. You just psycho stab this thing, right?
yeah,
Cool.
absolutely.
All right. So how much
This is my
damage is
buddy.
that?
That
It'd be
becomes
6
7.
damage.
7 damage.
7 actually.
Cool. Let me give it an armor rating here. An armor rating roll.
7 damage with a fucking knife.
So 7
Love
damage
it.
minus 2 from the armor successes. So that's 5 health damage. So it just shrieks. Wow, big hit. Just like straight right into the side. And as you pull it away, it sort of squeals. Doesn't move, stays wrapped around Hedenström. And this sort of pool of purplish red liquid comes out of its side.
I'm gonna back away slightly. And Lark, shoot this fucking thing.
I was gonna say, do I have a clean shot, or is too much of this?
Yeah,
on me?
no. I would say you have a
Oh,
pretty
great.
clean shot.
Absolutely. You're gonna walk right up, press the bolt gun against a space that's not immediately attached to Hedenström, and just blow the shit out of it.
Cool. I don't even want you to make a roll for it, so let's just see how much damage you do.
Great. 3. Normally it's 3 damage.
3 damage?
3
Yeah.
base damage.
3 base.
Cool.
And 2 successes. So 4.
You want to go 4 damage? Yeah, absolutely. So 4 damage
Yeah.
versus the armor rating that it has. It got 1 success. It has very little health left. It's like
it's-
deflating. You just see it going.
And this is armor piercing.
Oh, it's armor piercing. Then I
Yeah.
should have done. Well, it still got 1 success. So
Okay.
it would have had half the amount of successes on its armor, but still doesn't really matter because it still get 1 success out of the top ones.
Great.
Since me and Lark are the only ones actively attacking it, do I go again?
I don't know. Let's ask the others. They hear a stab and a shot, so I'm more than happy to ask Ejiri and Drabikowski if they want to join in on the fun.
No, I'm a scientist. I'm staying in the fucking hallway.
Absolutely.
Lark's gonna scream, pull him out.
Ejiri, I didn't hear a confirmation or a decline from you. Sorry.
Jiri's gonna come around to the hallway and say, "Cut him out. We'll bring you up to the auto dock to see what happened."
I'm unconscious, right?
You are superb,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
unconscious. Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Sounds like no one else wants to do anything.
Okay.
All yours.
I'm also a scientist, so
I'm a scientist. I don't kill anything.
No, I don't know how.
That is making sense.
I am Egghead.
Okay, Sajaad.
I'm gonna stab it again.
Go for it. Same amount of damage, right?
Yeah, so another 7 damage.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that this takes it out because it doesn't have enough armor to withstand that kind of damage.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you stab it right in the brain. You just hear it go, and like all the tentacles go limp.
I guess then I'm gonna use my turn to try and drag Hedenström out of the orifice.
Okay. You sort of have to drag. As you drag Hedenström out from under this body, you just see this thing that was inside his helmet. This sort of fleshy, semi-chitinous proboscis, which is it has all these like barbs. And as you pull his body out, you see that it's like pumping some kind of blackish red fluid into his mouth.
Can I take the switchblade that I have, Matt, and cut that tube?
Sure, why not?
Great.
You grab
Lark's gonna produce from her little toolkit on the suit a switchblade that none of you have seen her use before, with a little sort of like a blackened, like the metal's been heated sort of section on the blade, and just start hacking at this thing so that it's no longer pumping into his mouth and trying to like pull it out or find a way to unattach the barbs.
After a certain amount of sawing, or not even, like, Lark doesn't have any emotion, so just and
No, I think in this particular instance, Lark is
sorry.
Lark is weirdly sort of borderline almost. It looks kind of like emotions. She seems very agitated by this.
Oh, how interesting.
There's impatience, anger, something a little unusual about her.
Very interesting. So yeah, after about like 30 seconds of sawing at this just fleshy mass, it pulls away, and with some effort, you're able to pull this thing out from Hedenström's throat. But Hedenström is unresponsive and is
I'd like
unconscious.
to do medical aid if possible.
Okay. Sure.
do you have a kit?
Yeah, I do have a kit.
All right.
You can bring someone up from broken with that.
Yep.
As you pull the thing out, also you see that the inside of his throat, the outside of his mouth is just lacerated and torn, blood all over. You see him.
Medic baby.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's do it.
Nice.
Medical aid, 3 successes.
Medical. Yeah. Recover +1 health point. So max health. 3 health back.
Good
But I don't
news
think
is that
you
he
lost
didn't
any.
actually lose any health. From
Yeah.
that.
Okay. In this case, maybe like with the barbs and stuff, so that he doesn't like get more damage on the way out.
Yeah, I'm all right with that.
That would revive him from broken, so that would bring him back to consciousness.
Yeah, I'll say that he still has this problem internally, right? He's still bleeding internally. He's still got a problem with his intestines, but you guys wouldn't know that. But he coughs. He goes. This big spat of blood comes out of his mouth, but he is alive and awake.
Do I feel that I have something inside me?
You don't feel anything other than alive and awake.
Okay.
And in a lot of pain, I bet.
Oh God!
As
Yeah,
Lark-
your stomach is burning.
Oh,
As
What the hell
Lark
is
tries
that?
to sit him up. Sorry, go ahead.
no, what the hell is that? Why do I keep passing out?
Well, Doctor, I might advise. I am no xenobiologist, but when studying new creatures, one should not go as close and personal as you are getting with these things.
I was only trying to look at it.
It would seem that it wanted to do more than look at you.
It seems so. How's everybody else?
Look around.
At that point, I will emerge from my hiding place and move into the hallway and say, "We are fine."
Gonna
Amazing.
gonna
love it.
I'm gonna kick this thing a couple times just
Oh, yeah.
because
Oh, it's
pissing me off.
yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna like wipe off the fucking knife and be like, "You need to stop. Just stop wandering off, please. You're gonna get yourself killed."
We need to get the hell off the station and fast.
Lark hands Hedenström the ragdoll and says, "No, you're going to sit here, and you're going to get your wits about you, and you must stop running up to strange things. You are no longer allowed to be at the front of the group. You heard the sergeant." And I'm going to try and do the council ability again.
Okay.
I grab the doll from you and I start cuddling with it. I just start sobbing a little bit.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I think as you
There
Noise.
you go.
Nice.
Two stress.
You definitely come out of it. Hedenström, as you close your eyes, and this is where we're going to go to break, you just have this vision of this dark sort of man-like thing, which is just a silhouette in your mind. And as you look at him under closed eyes, this is just in your frontal cortex. You're just imagining this. You don't know how this thing came in. Maybe the trauma of which has occurred with you has influenced you so that you're like almost daydreaming. That you can actually see this thing. That this person sort of lifts their hands high and tentacles spill out of their back in front of them. You don't know what the hell you're looking at, honestly. This thing doesn't really even have legs or arms or even a head, really. It just has morphed into something absolutely grotesque. This monstrous 7-limbed starfish thing that you now see on the floor below you. It has risen to a man-size height. Each of its fleshy petals, shall we call it, having a maw of scissor teeth. And then something, you remember something going into your throat. And now you're very scared. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Fuck.
But I did recover 2 stress, right?
You did recover 2 stress.
Yeah.
All right. Oh my gosh, we just got a raiding party from DM Daddy
it's the little
RPG.
things.
What's up, guys? Thanks for coming to the channel and for checking us
we've got-
out.
Hello.
We've actually got 2 raiding parties, man.
Do we have 2 fucking raiding
Yeah.
parties? Where did they
I love
go?
that we always get rated right when
One.
we're going to pray.
We do.
Yeah.
We got rated by DM Daddy RPG and rated by Brad with NOR. Thank you guys for dropping by. Lots of people coming in to watch Alien RPG. So yeah, why did we see some Cthulhu monster? We do Cthulhu's every other Thursday. This is not Cthulhu. This is Alien RPG. But hey, you know, the chocolate and peanut butter, right? So
Sometimes the twain shall meet.
indeed. Stick around, folks, because we're just going to go to break. We'll take a 5-minute break. We'll come back for more Alien RPG. In the meantime, I will plug our wonderful sponsors, Chepeku Maps, which you can get onto their Patreon to really see their amazing stuff. So we'll be back in like 5 or so minutes. Come back and check us out after that. All right, we're back.
Meow. Just kidding.
Well, not yet.
For now.
Exactly. Okay.
But only for meow.
We're back now.
We're back meow. Cat jokes aside, what do you guys want to do?
I trapped myself in a doormat.
God damn it, Sarah.
I know, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
I realized they're so tiny. I realized after I stopped there that I stopped right on the door icon,
It's
which
cool.
meant I wasn't
It's
going
cool.
anywhere.
I'll give you now the opportunity to look away if you'd like, because I'm going to give you a handout of what it is that your encounter with Cuddles may have looked like.
I'm gonna stare at this book for a while.
Yeah, sure. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There
was
you go.
gonna say I actually wanted to sort of like draw a diagram of Cuddle.
By all means.
These guys have a lot more guns and
Yeah.
armor than we do.
Yeah, I don't.
This looks like the regulators showing up.
I
They
know.
had a knife
Exactly.
and a
I
pistol.
feel
yeah.
like that may have been like the first group.
Oh,
It didn't make it.
Cuddles is fucking huge.
Cuddles is
Yeah.
huge.
Mhm.
You're not getting your knife back, man. I'm keeping that thing.
Oh yeah, I don't have my knife. Are you really keeping it?
I'm a close combat specialist with no close combat weapon. Yes.
All right.
Totally
All
fair.
right.
Yeah. I don't know.
So Matt, I outside of the fact that I don't know that I have this thing inside me, am I like normal now?
I mean, your insides hurt like they're on fire, like you've
Yeah.
eaten like the worst plate of Mexican food that you've ever had in your life.
Mm-hmm.
But
But everything else, I'm not panicking. I'm not.
you're not
I'm not-
panicking.
I'm not 46 anymore.
You're not.
All right.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, you're still 46? I think we need to fix that, don't we?
I think.
Well, he was stabilized. He's no longer broken, but you will still need to seek
Yeah, you're gonna
actual
die in
medical
a.
attention.
You're gonna die in a shift.
So we
Okay.
should probably get him up to the auto dock.
Just to check again, Matt. Autodoc only diagnoses, or can it actually help?
Pretty sure the auto dock can only diagnose; it can't actually heal.
Let me
but-
see. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what you said. Matt.
Well, it says it in the Yeah, they are diagnostic devices. Med pods.
Yeah.
However, I'm
Actually,
pretty
let
sure.
me check something because I think that might
Yeah, med pods
actually.
can fix you usually.
Oh no, actually, he just had to receive that roll within one shift. It will take 2d6 days to fully heal.
Oh, I thought. Oh, so he has to get a medical aid roll,
Within one shift.
Which Lark did.
which
right?
Lark did.
Which Lark did.
Well, does he? No, that was
So-
just to bring you out of broken, though.
That removes the fatality. When you get brought out of this broken condition, it does remove the fatality, but it'll take 2d6 days to heal. I believe
Okay,
is how
cool.
That works.
Then fantastic. I'll check that, but I'm going to rule that for now. That's fine.
Because I feel like we have done the thing where we saved somebody who had the ruptured aorta or the jugular or something like that. Somebody did get to them within one round and
Yes.
removed the fatality condition.
I think you're right. And you know
It's
what?
no longer.
I
yeah.
like the way it plays out that way anyway. As long as we keep it consistent, I think that's fine.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
no longer. You're no longer going to die within that amount of time, but it'll still take 2d6 days for you to feel well again.
Yeah.
Like so,
But I
if you were diseased, for example, you would
Yeah.
have that condition for 2d6 days.
That makes sense.
But I still have this thing inside me that I don't know
Yeah,
about.
but-
that's right.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
Why would you?
Cool.
so
Why would you
the
know
broken
that?
table doesn't have anything for that. So having come through the hallway and said, "We're fine," and Hedenström having said, "We need to get off the ship as soon as possible," Drabikowski will just say, "Agreed. Comms is this way," and we'll just walk right past them, walk right over Cuddles,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming that comms is in this direction.
When you walk through this hallway, your Geiger counter starts going nuts.
I don't have one.
Doesn't have one.
Oh, well then never mind. You start to feel the effects of radiation. Like you start to feel like dizzy. Like there's enormous radiation that is just pulsing through this chamber here. As you look to the sides, there are several doors here, and they've all they don't have any like indicators that that they're holding any kind of radioactive material in here. But you just feel really dizzy, like you're being affected by something. And it's pretty clear that it's radiation. So this is a strong radiation. So under the effects of strong radiation, you take rads instead of every turn, you take them every I think you take it every round, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe it's instead of every shift, you take them every turn. just take a look. I haven't used radiation for a long time. Yeah, so radiation. You take rads every turn that you're there.
So every 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah. Things are heating up, so to speak. So please keep track of how many rads you've accumulated. Now, I think if I just check the,
We all only have one, I think.
Yeah, at the moment.
yeah, because as soon as you go out, you start to lose rads. But
I think I have 3.
okay, so you should.
I have 1. I have 1.
Do
should-
the suits protect against rats?
No, we talked about
Nope,
this. The
that
suits
we
do
discovered
not
that,
protect
yeah.
against
Right.
rads,
Thank you.
unfortunately. So
Essentially, before we hit 10, we've got approximately maybe an hour. I don't think we need to be in here this long.
I'm going to look at radiation for a sec, just because I know that radiation has some adverse effects as well on your health.
Because we have to roll too, don't we? Like
Yeah.
we gain it and
So here we
and
go.
roll on it.
When you are exposed to radiation, you gain radiation points or rads that accumulate in your body. You check off the rad boxes on your character sheet. The radiation level determines how often you get the rads. Every time you get a rad point, you must roll a number of dice equal to your total current number of accumulated rads. For every success, you take 1 point of damage. And
So every
is
5 to 10 minutes. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess at this point in time, since you guys now have, I think, either 1 or 2 rads, you need to roll that number of dice, and if you get a success, you get damaged by it. And I don't know, do synthetics get affected by radiation, Lark?
I think they
I can
do.
check
Yeah.
right now.
I remember you telling me that
Yeah.
before.
So any
Winters.
sixes and you get damaged there. So Birger, you're good. Sezja, you're good. Ooh.
Oh,
Ejiri, you start to feel the effects of radiation. You take a point of damage.
Motherfucker.
Sajaad, you do as well. 1 point of
Shit.
damage. And anytime you take a point of damage, folks, stress goes up by 1. That's just the way it works.
Mhm.
For you only, though, which is good.
Now, is this health we can get back by just stopping for a minute?
Yeah, so when you are in a safe space, you can get health back by spending a single turn, 10 minutes in a safe space. So you get stress down and health back.
but so to continue, as I'm walking through the radiation hallway, I'm assuming comms are this way
You're talking about the ladder that would bring you down to deck
to,
H.
to the communication. Yes, to the communication
daughter.
tower.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct. To the north.
Okay. Well then, moving forward with true UPP determination, just going to move forward and open this door
Okay.
and keep moving and look at Richard and say, "Well, are we moving or not? I don't think you should stay in this hallway very long. I do not feel very well."
Following.
Yep.
And then opening the next door.
Okay. You see a long
There's a hallway.
causeway. That is correct.
Does this area also still feel like it's irradiated?
It feels less. It feels not strong radiation, but weak radiation. But I'm glad you guys are moving.
Yes, exactly. That's why I'm just going to keep fucking going.
Yep. Keep on keeping
And
on.
assume everyone's following me. And doors beyond doors beyond doors.
This is a long
just
station.
going to keep opening them, yes.
Yeah, and there you see a junction, and it does have, in fact, a ladder that brings you down 1 level.
Station's just hallways all the way down.
Hallways
Thank
all the way down.
goodness. Heading on down to comms.
All right. You're all following suit, if that's the case. Or is just one of you guys going down there? It's up to you.
I'll go with.
Okay.
I'm going where everybody else is going. I don't want to be left alone.
That's a very, very fair point.
I'm sure they'll all
Um,
appreciate that.
Question, Matt. Those doors in the hallway, was there anything in there? They just seemed like side passages?
No,
There was
it's
nothing?
checked.
You
I did
haven't
look
checked.
inside of. I did look in one of them, but
Oh
I
yeah, they were
did,
just
so-
they were, in fact, when you opened the door to one of them, you see a large like plexiglass window that showcases this crazy black hole. And that's where you realize that the radiation from the black hole is actually pulsing through these windows, these plexiglass laminated windows, and that's what's affecting you specifically in that causeway, in that hallway.
And that seems to be both sides, right? There's nothing in
Oh
there?
yeah, 100%. There's nothing in there now.
Okay.
All right, so if
Okey-dokey.
you all are going to deck H, please sort of cluster so I can bring you down
The
there.
comms tower.
Yes. All right. So, where's fucking what's
Because
his face?
comms tower has both daughter and the thruster compression coil.
Well, deck H has the thruster compression coil. Where it
Well, it
is
says
on deck
comms
H.
tower. Oh, you told me comms tower on deck H.
You
Okay.
did. I wrote it down.
If that's the case,
I
then
wrote it down too.
I'll check.
That's specifically where you told me
I-
it was.
I
I-
made a fucking map. Matt.
All right. Copied. Moving to deck H. Now that we're a little bit more acquainted with where everything is.
Yeah, H has the thruster coils and Neva pod, so we'll see if we find one.
Yeah, interesting. The comms tower. I don't have that showed as, but whatever. It is what it is. I'll find the comms tower thruster coils. Cutting tools, thruster coils, energy, thingy dingies. Okay, we'll start in the comms tower there. All right, so moving you guys to the map. Okay, I'll give you guys some music too. Why not?
I was gonna say it's so quiet.
It's so quiet.
Yes.
Too quiet.
It is too fucking quiet.
Okay.
Really,
Give you guys a little ambiance.
I can't move myself.
That's okay.
You stuck in a wall? I'm stuck on the ladder, so I feel you.
Yeah, I am.
It's just the way
Oh,
that
there we go,
dynamic
not-
lighting is, so I'll just pull you guys into an area that's less dynamically lighting.
Well, it looks like I'm right next to the two daughters, so
A little
two
cramped in here.
It is a little cramped. I'm not gonna lie. There we go.
I'm not feeling so well.
I can't imagine why you would say that.
My
be
stomach
fine.
hurts.
Now his helmet's broken.
Oh yeah, super broken.
But I can breathe
Matt,
here, right?
You can breathe. There's air in the thing. In fact, you don't need to keep rolling for air, but I think it's been a while since you guys have rolled for air, and you guys were just in a combat. So why don't you do me a favor and y'all roll for air, please?
All of us.
Oh yeah. Except for the one who doesn't need air.
Except for, well,
And you don't need to roll it for air anymore because you're not using air anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Matt,
lost,
quick question.
lost another one.
For air, are we doing the panic or the success?
It's
Panic.
success.
Is it big?
Oh, panic.
I'm pretty sure it's panic.
I thought we did it on success before. Oh, let me check and see what we did when I did it last time.
Yeah,
I believe you had a success last time.
I believe you're right.
I did too.
Yeah, so you don't lose it. It's only on the panics that you roll them. That you lose.
Oh,
them.
okay. So then I didn't lose it the first time, but I do lose it this time. So
Okay.
I'm at 5 still.
Cool. So
Okay,
yeah, if you get a panic, you lose. So is the bad thing, right? You get a 1. So if you get a 1 on air, you lose a single unit of air. How's everybody doing on air?
I've got 5.
Uh,
Fine.
4. Maybe 4.
4 for Noor. 4 for Drabikowski.
No, 5, because we realized that the one that I took away earlier I shouldn't have.
Oh, you had 6. Okay, so now you have 5.
I started with 6 and
Oh.
now 5.
Wait, should we all have started with 6 then? Then I should have 5 because I've only failed once.
Might depend on which.
Yeah, no, we started
suit
with
you're in.
6 because I still
All
have
6. Yeah.
Okay.
Were we all
then
6? Because is everybody in an eco all-world survival suit?
Yes.
Except, well,
Well,
all of
unless
us
I'm wrong.
except for
I couldn't remember if everybody took one or if only some people took one.
No,
I'm
I
think
took
we
one because we
all-
weren't sure about radiation of it all. So yeah,
Yeah.
Matt, the wording in the book
Mhm.
says unaffected by air, sleep, most alien diseases.
Mhm.
It doesn't say anything about radiation.
Yeah, so
on
exactly.
If that's the
So-
case, then Lark is affected by radiation.
Yeah, it fucks with their parts.
Makes sense.
That's
Alright.
what I remember from before with the nuke.
Yep.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm seeing 2
Oh yeah.
different
Forgot about that.
daughter terminals here.
Yeah. So
Twins.
here's what you guys find in that particular section of the ship. So you guys are now in the daughter area of the ship. So daughter is a massive supercomputer. And I'll say this, that it kind of compared to Mother, which is a very sort of small encapsulated area, daughter is very much, it doesn't feel so claustrophobic in the same way, but it does feel like much more oppressive in terms of the technology. It's a different kind of technology. It's more advanced, per se. It's the next generation of supercomputing mainframe. So, where you guys are, there are two terminals to use. You guys can sit at either end of them if you want to use to access daughter in some way or not.
I'm definitely accessing daughter.
I can do one. Unless somebody can beat a 5.
Don't think so.
No. The Comtech, right?
Yeah, my total comtech is 9.
I got 7.
Okay.
All right, well, I'm going to access one of them.
Okay.
I can do the other one if nobody beats a 7.
Best chances.
And do I need to roll comtech immediately, or do you wait to see what I want to know?
Let's see here. Let me just check and see what it is that you are wanting to do here. I'm gonna go ahead and say that I want to know what you want to do first. Yeah.
All right, the first thing I'm going to do is request research on Kronos mission.
Okay. So it does say, please enter passcode.
Yeah.
I'm going to type in Levine.
Okay. Please make a comtech roll.
Only one success on all those dice and one fucking panic. God damn
Roll your
it.
panic, please.
I am. Seat cover. God fucking shitballs.
So unfortunately, like your finger slips when you type in Levine, and it says access denied.
And I
And then
run for the ladder, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, like it doesn't explode, right? It's not like that, but it's trying to figure out a more plausible way that you would seek cover from a password failure.
I think I storm off in frustration.
That works. I like that. I like that idea. Yeah, it's stressing you out.
Birger's like, what's with Drabikowski? Kind of muttered that to everybody else. Just stormed off.
And she just sort of mutters. Just gets lost at the mushy. Somebody else try.
You okay, Drabikowski?
What password did you try?
Levine. It did not work.
And did she actually? I'm sorry, Matt. Did she actually like successfully type in Levine, or did she mess up typing Levine?
You don't know, but I mean, you feel
Okay.
She hasn't told you that, but I mean, it does say access denied on the screen.
Okay. I'm gonna type in what's the other word? It's like the Sharon. Chiron. Type that in.
Okay. Make a comtech roll.
Okay. Comtech. Making a comtech roll. What do I get?
You got one success and one panic. But you only have 4
3
stress. 4 stress.
Oh, 4 stress, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. There it is. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong one. All right. 1 stress, 1 panic. So I'll roll my panic roll.
Yes, please. You keep it together. Holy shit. That's something we haven't seen from Birger
Finally.
in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Keep it together.
And
I got like sweat like dripping onto the keyboard. I wipe it off the keyboard.
Amazing. It says access accepted.
Okay. All right. Now I would like to know what it is that I am looking for. What should I Google? What should I look up?
Details of Kronos mission.
All right.
You just hear grumbling over comms.
When you
search trajectory Kronos mission.
Yeah, when you log into Daughter on this particular terminal, you see that the screen is running through an algorithm, some kind of a processing algorithm. And it starts just spitting out a whole bunch of numbers. Make a wits roll.
Straight wits roll.
Yeah. You're pretty smart. You may know what this is.
It's a 5. I panic again.
Yeah. You may...
It's like,
2 successes though.
Yeah, 2 successes.
all right, let me see what I get on the panic.
You're fine.
Nice.
Together.
Yeah.
All right.
Birger, you note that these numbers are sets of coordinates, but they're coordinates for a location that is hundreds of parsecs spinward of known space. Somewhere out, far out in the galaxy.
I pointed out to the rest of the crew the coordinates. Do any of them know what the coordinates might be referring to?
Grumbling, the astrophysicist will come look over your shoulder.
Do you recognize these coordinates? Do they mean anything to you?
Can I parse anything out of these coordinates?
All you know is the exact same thing that he does, that it is for a location that is hundreds of parsecs away.
And is there no like prompt for me to access directory? Like that's all this is doing. It's like a mainframe that's calculating these algorithms that are coming up with coordinates.
But like daughter and like mother, you can ask, you can insert queries. If you like. Yeah.
Okay. What does the coordinates? I copy and pasta the coordinates represent.
Like you're asking what, like, extrapolate what these
Yes.
coordinates are.
Yeah.
Okay. You know when you put in a query into like any chat or AI and it just sits there like ... and you're like, what the fuck is it thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is it taking to process for such a long time? And then it comes back with 2 words that make you confused and unsure of what the hell daughter's talking about. And it says, perfected space.
As an astrophysicist, would I have any idea what that meant?
No.
What is
Ask
the
it to
Okay, sorry.
Yes. Ask it to explain.
Yeah. What is the definition of perfected space?
It responds with just a few more words. It says, coordinates in which the perfected reside.
What are the perfected?
Unknown query. Lack of data.
Would I have heard anything
I don't
resembling perfected space?
I don't believe so, no.
Okay. Thought I'd ask.
Are
Perhaps
ask it if the perfected are aboard this ship.
that's not an idea.
Ask him if what? Sorry.
If the perfected
Are
are
the
aboard
ship.
this or aboard the station.
Are the affected aboard this station?
I'm assuming you meant perfected and not affected.
Is that what I said?
I think you said
affected.
no, that's fine. I'm like, unknown affected. Yeah.
Aboard the Erebos.
It says affirmative.
Who do we know who erased the logs? So one of the handouts, the logs were erased. It says.
Yeah, they seem to have been either affected in some way, either by the perhaps some kind of computing failure, or maybe that they were not destroyed per se, but certainly
Corrupted.
corrupted. Yeah, I would say corrupted.
How did Mother's log? It was on Mother's logs, right? How were Mother's logs corrupted or erased, or who did it?
You asked this of daughter?
Of daughter, yeah.
Um,
Was it you?
was it you? You're asking daughter, was it you?
Mm-hmm.
Damn you, Dr. You.
Daughter responds negative.
You asked her too many questions. Ask if she know how it happens.
How are they erased?
A daughter responds, logs were compromised during initial investigation of Chiron ship.
That's right. So when they... That's
Well,
right,
the
we knew
later-
that when... Yeah.
Well, no, the later logs were about the Chiron ship, so it would have been after the initial investigation.
After they plugged it in.
Yeah.
Probably the power surge from when they plugged whatever in.
No, but what I'm saying is we had the log about the power surge and it was fine. It was logs after that that were corrupted. Chronologically. Well, that does not make any sense. The logs
No.
were written after the ship was plugged in.
I'd like to ask about the hieroglyphs as well. Daughter, can you display some of the hieroglyphs of which the logs spoke?
Daughter responds and says, hieroglyphs have not been cataloged. They are available to be viewed.
Try it.
Where?
I'll tell you.
Should maybe try asking about the password for the box you found.
Yes.
Hieroglyphics are able to be viewed on Astrometrics, Deck A.
Okay. What did you say, Sajaad? The password for which box? For the one that Drabikowski has?
Yes,
That's
that
right.
one. Sorry.
For the Iron Fish drive.
Yeah. So I asked daughter that.
The password for the Ironfish drive?
Yeah.
It says unavailable at this terminal.
Does it know which terminal we can access? That will give us
I will just, when it says that, I will just walk over to the other terminal.
Okay.
You're
Just
going
this
to try
terminal
again?
also. Does this terminal also ask for a password?
It does.
I'll type in Chiron again.
Okay. Chiron does, in fact, allow access. When you, So when you get to this particular one and you log in with Chiron, instead of seeing a whole bunch of numbers being crunched, you see, I'll tell you. You see a number of folders on the screen, and it all of these folders say encrypted, 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 encrypted. And then it says there's a small alert in the middle of the screen that says compiling data 62%.
I will ask it what it's compiling.
Daughter responds and says data concerning Cronus mission.
Display compiled data.
Unavailable. Please wait.
How long until data is available?
20 hours.
We'll be dead by then.
Request password for Ironfish drive.
It says Adrian.
Excellent. I will take out the drive and I will enter the password Adrian.
Okay, now the drive is literally just it's like an external hard drive, right?
Yeah.
So you'd have to plug it in.
What did we plug it into before?
You
We
tried to
plugged
plug it
into
into, yeah, you tried to plug it into Mother.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we had like a PDAT or something. I
thought you tried to plug it into Mother. Maybe I was wrong.
I'll plug it into daughter and enter the password Adrian.
Okay. Let me see what it is that you guys will come up with. That.
Is the cat still hanging out on your shoulder, by the way?
You know, the cat jumped off when you jumped into the pool. That's for sure.
Definitely.
And I think
Cat
it came
stuck in
back
this
to you.
I like to think that it's just like twining around my ankles right now.
Yeah,
It
I mean-
probably hid.
Oh,
It hid during the fight with
super
Cuddles.
freaked out. It jumped into a hole in the wall when Cuddles came at you. But now that Cuddles is gone and you guys are walking through the station, it came back to you.
Have we been able to, like, recover a point of stress? Is this a safe space?
I'm going to say that this space, amongst all the different spaces on the ship, is in fact a safe space. So recover a point of stress and take a point of health back.
Nice.
I will take
I haven't
it.
lost any.
What's our max health?
Whatever your
Your
strength
score.
is.
Okay, so I'm at max health anyhow. All right.
Yeah, you didn't lose any health, surprisingly. Maybe it wanted to keep you healthy.
Is there who's at really high stress right now?
I'm pretty high.
Define high.
I'm at, well, actually, I'm at 5. I thought I was higher than that.
I'm down to 3 now, so
I have 6, unless I'm not calculating correctly.
Okay. Ejiri's going to go over to Sajaad and just says that, you know, I didn't really consider much about. You were in this service, yes? Or something like that? You
I
were
was
sergeant?
I was.
When I heard that my daughter decided to enlist, I was less supportive than I would have liked. Now that you are here, I hope that wherever she is, people are relying on her as we rely on you to stay safe. And I trust you with this. I hope we all make it out of here in one piece. And I'm going to use my counselor, a calming presence ability. So you
Nice.
can knock down additional stress.
Nice.
Slices first.
You guys are amazing.
Do you roll the counselor ability or?
Not counselor, calming presence. It just knocks down an extra stress point when we're accounting for stress reduction.
Okay, perfect. So down to 5 then. Great.
Anything else you guys want to ask daughter?
I'm waiting for the
Oh, the hard
ironfish
drive, of
information.
course. The iron fish, of course. How could I forget? So, okay, you plug in the drive, and it starts to spit out. Well, who's with you? Actually, anybody?
I
I'm
don't
still
know.
sitting at the other terminal. I don't know what you mean by with, but
Like,
I'll be
who's
with
near
Sezja.
you?
Like, who's
I'll
looking
be-
over my shoulder,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of watching the ladder, so not me.
I'll watch over her shoulder.
Okay. So, the data that you see when the drive gets plugged in are fleet deployment schematics for the UPP.
Interesting.
You also see several mentions within transmissions, just lines and lines of transmissions between individuals, like transcripted, about some weird, like, we're not quite sure what they're referring to, but there's like they keep saying like, in fact, let me just double check on exactly what they're referring to. Give me 1 second here, because I almost forgot what it's called. It's been such a long time. Yeah, you see something about something called Project Life Force on some planet called Ariarchus. I don't know what that's about. Someone named Mallory Eckford is in charge there.
This is disappointing. It has nothing to do with what is happening yet. Oh well. She'll unplug the drive, tuck it back in her pocket, not gonna litter. And she'll look at the daughter terminal for a second, and then then enter. Request login with new password.
Request login with new password?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're trying to change the password? I'm confused.
Well, just wondering if there's only one password for daughter, or if different passwords allow access to different material.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So,
or maybe would ask daughter, who has access to these encrypted files?
yeah, good point. It does mention a couple names. It says Clerk S, MD, Web, comma R, MD, Stykes, comma B, Warden. It says those three. It's those three names.
We'll type in clerk requesting access.
Okay. It says password, please, Mr. Clerk.
Now I'm going to try Levine.
Okay. It opens with a beep.
Excellent. I would like to start looking. Do the encrypted folders now have names, or what? Or do they still just say encrypted?
So, if you're talking about the encrypted folders on A versus like the second station versus this, it's still compiling those encrypted folders.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Right. But let me see if I can give you a little bit more data from what you've just learned here. Okay. Here we go. So you've gone through the drive itself. That's pretty much what you see is what you get. When you log in with Clerk's login, it talks about this ship, the Cronus, that the Cronus disappeared in this system 73 years ago. And again, it talks about that same log that you see, that the meteor that was brought on the station is the Chiron, which was his science boat. What else can I tell you? I think that may be it. I think there's only one last thing, and I'm double checking on it to see if that's actually the case. No, that's it. That's all you see. Yeah, that's all you got.
I want to see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. There was a few things I was going to ask you to look up. I was curious.
Oh, okay.
But
I can do that first. I was gonna. Well, what I was gonna do. So it might. Well, no, I'll just do what I was gonna do. I want to see if I can request that daughter transmit the encrypted files to our ship, which I can't remember the name of. When
The Ceto Rhino.
when transmit encrypted files to the Ceto Rhino when compiling is complete.
Okay. It accepts that.
Okay, cool. Yes, what would you like? What did you want to know?
well, when you sort of wandered off talking to Mother, I looked at the files. I looked through a few things. I was kind of curious. Give me something to do. Well, you guys were kind of wandering around, I was curious about 26 Draconis.
Display information on 26 Draconis.
It's,
And right then, my headphones just told me my battery was low. That was weird.
it says,
I was like, "Meh."
yeah, information on 26 Draconis. It says, do you mean system? 26 Draconis is this system.
26 Draconis referenced in my logs because it thinks I'm Clark.
My stomach is really hurting.
That's
I crumple over in like a ball of pain.
Hedenström, you are just like absolutely like the pain is intense. It's like whatever happened to you with that creature, you are not feeling it at all. Like you feel like the worst you've probably ever felt in your life.
Can I go over and diagnose him and like use the medical kit, see if I can figure out what's going on?
Well, it doesn't take much. He's having extreme abdominal pains.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to sort out a solution or treatment to the pains and specifics without...
Do you have pain medication?
No, I've got sedatives and never sleeps. That's going to work.
Okay, chat says kill him. I'm just letting you know.
Now, see,
Well, I know
out of
that.
game, we all know that. In game, we don't have a fucking clue.
I just love that chat's like, kill him. Fuck this.
You gotta get me to the bay. Oh, I can't take it.
Somebody take him to the med bay.
Do you really think it's a
Do it.
good idea to split up with those?
Do you want the information or not?
Sweetie, I'm just a grunt. I don't really care much for the information. I just thought you eggheads might want to learn something new.
Is there any other med bay except for back up where we were?
Let me tell you.
I try to stand up, and I can't stand, and I trip over the power cable to the terminal.
Nice.
And unplug it.
Oh my god.
What the hell is going on back there?
Oh,
I
my
don't
stomach.
even look.
I'm laying
Sucking
crumpled
up.
next to the terminal you were at.
Oh, God.
Oh, you made it all the way over to me?
Yeah, I unplugged your terminal by accident.
Oh, I thought you unplugged your own terminal that you were at.
I unplugged both. Oh, my stomach.
Amazing.
Oh.
I leaned down and plugged my terminal back in.
You just don't give a shit about the guy. You're just like...
Can I
Never.
drag Hedenström back out into the doorway hallway?
Would never survive in UPP.
Oh, yeah, you can... I mean, remember, this is a very enclosed space. This is just all supercomputers. So if you want, you're going to have to bring them back up the step, up the ladder.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sort of get your...
I will.
Yeah.
I will attempt to provide some sort of medical aid and diagnose the problem. Please be quick and efficient. We should really get the hell out of here. And then just sort of heft him.
Agreed. And I will again ask daughter, what is the 26 Draconis referenced in clerk log? And I will give the log number. I don't remember the
Yeah.
number. off
It
the top of my
says...
head.
yeah, absolutely. It says utilized in serum analysis.
What serum?
Please hold. And then it displays this.
I am not this kind of scientist, however.
I know what it means. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, I know, same.
Try.
Missing a living sample. Secure immature specimen. Heptocus tabularium. Extract mutagenic cells, introduce cells to sample.
Try looking up the necrotic virus. Something
looks
that
like
came up in Mother.
Nonsense to me.
Hedenström, you're being carried.
Yeah,
over
you're up the
to-
ladder. You're with me.
Oh,
buddy.
you left me.
Um,
All right.
You just...
I'm gonna
No,
Right.
I'm up the ladder with you.
Oh, okay. So you went. You're up one level.
Yep.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Insofar as he doesn't know what it is.
Sounds so simple. What is Heptopus tabularium?
It's a heptopus the size of a table. We already had one.
Get out. You're not here.
Good God.
Display available information on Heptopus tabularium.
Unavailable.
Unavailable because it does not exist.
Unavailable.
Great. Still not by a computer.
There is one other thing you could look up.
What is that?
When you kind of wandered off, I was looking up a few things. But I found.
You said continue. What?
Yes. Sorry. A little worried about our friend there. But look up the necrotic virus. They were researching it. I don't know what it is. But it may be in the
Inform-
lab.
Display available information on necrotic virus.
Okay. It says necrotic virus currently in process by Science Officer Clerk and Medical Officer Webb. Created in part utilizing 26 Draconis strain.
We're using it in the serum and the virus. I forget. Out of game. Ejiri, what kind of doctor are you again?
Radiobiologist.
Damn it.
What about our NPC?
Biology.
Doesn't sound like a
I will actually. But biologist is biology.
You guys are forgetting about Navarre.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say. What about
Oh
Noor?
yeah.
He's
What
still
is
here.
what is Navarre? I did. I'm forgetting about Navarre. You're right. What kind of doctor is he?
I believe. Let me just double check his player character. But I'm pretty sure Navarre is a. Where is he? Here he is. Hector Navarre. Hector Navarre is a biochemical engineer.
Oh, well, there we go.
That's the guy we
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, Dr. Ejiri is specifically for radiation's effect on the human body.
Gotcha. Navarre, can you
Yes.
make heads or tails? Can you make tails or heads of this? And we'll pull the file back up again, the one that it spit out for 26 Draconis. Serum analysis.
Navarre looks at you all and says, I don't know very much, but I do know that 26 Draconis... I've heard whispers about this stuff, that it's associated with the most recent frontier bombings. The border bombers, supposedly, is what they're calling themselves. They go from planet to planet, dropping this virulent material on it.
But this here, this serum analysis,
Yes.
this seems like your level of expertise. What exactly is happening here?
He looks at the serum analysis and he says that this is some kind of a DNA sequencer, that the serum is actually two different synthetic models. It is 26 Draconis and something else, some kind of other material that is being used to create an amalgam for some other purpose. And it, according to what it says here, that this formula is incomplete. It's missing a living sample of tissue, of type of tissue.
This Heptopus tabularium.
That's what it says here. It's according to what Navarre is saying. He's saying it says secure immature specimen, some kind of creature. And he looks at you and he's like, no. If that thing was the immature specimen, I don't want to know what the mature specimen was.
She just kind of blinks at him for a second. And says, daughter, please transmit this file along with copies of clerk's logs to the ship name that I can't remember.
Cetorina.
Citorina.
Citorina. I'm just going to keep forgetting it. So I'm just going to keep saying Birger. To the Cinderella.
The Cinderella.
Hey, Macarena.
Jesus Christ.
Our
guys.
locks are gonna go fucking everywhere.
It's
No.
amazing.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her to transmit relevant everything that we have looked at. I'm
Mhm.
going to ask her to transmit to the Citorina.
Yeah, it says compliance. Thank you, Dr. Clerk.
Is there anything else without the story this time? She says, looking back at Sajaad.
Oh, sorry. I don't think so.
Good, let's get the fuck out of here. Where are those coils?
Ah.
They were supposed to be in the tower.
Okay, so I did a quick check of this map here of where these coils are. And while you guys were debating as to what exactly to do with daughter and all of her files. And I have not been able to find exactly where the coils are located. It says that... What are they called? They're called the thruster
Compression coil.
compression coils.
Thruster compression coil.
Okay. So yes, the thruster compression coil, it says, is on... It can be found from one of the station's external thrusters near the visiting docking port on Deck D, the comms tower on Deck H, and the boiler room on Deck J.
External thrusters. That mean we need to go outside to get it.
So I am gonna check because I don't believe that's the case because I don't see that here because I feel like it may be the case. I'm sorry to say.
I think we're fucked then because we can't go outside.
I can go outside. I am good in zero G.
Is it possible that the compression coil is accessible through like a wall panel or something?
I don't believe so. It makes sense that a compression coil is part of the thrusters themselves, right? Which means that if you're going to get to them, you got to get to the thrusters. Which means a spacewalk. Sounds like it.
Oh shit. While we're here, I have something to give to everyone because I don't think I ever did.
Go for it. Oops.
I have PDT bracelets.
Oh, those
To
are
figure out
useful.
where the fuck you guys are.
Yeah, if everybody gets separated, you get the PDT locators.
Should we retcon that before Hedenström and I ran off?
Sure.
Well, I was
Good
going
plan.
to, but we were talking. So, yeah, I'll give you guys a bracelet. So
Fantastic.
I can find out where you are because I think I have the little doodad that lets me find you. Yeah, I have the PDT locator.
Excellent. We'll put on.
Okay. So that that allows the... What's the distance on the PDT locator?
I think it's only 100 meters. It's not super far.
Okay. That makes sense.
Better than nothing, though.
Definitely better than nothing, for sure. I'm going to go ahead and say that Hedenström and Lark, you guys have climbed up the ladder to Deck G and are standing there. Hedenström, your helmet unfortunately has been smashed to pieces, so you don't need to worry about air. And obviously, Lark, you don't need to worry about air because you don't breathe. But it's so hot. It's so hot, Hedenström. You're just sweating profusely. So I'm going to go ahead and say that you have to, like, take your helmet off. You have to just take the whole thing off and throw it to the ground.
Toss it to the side. Yeah.
Okay.
So hot in there.
Yeah. So where's the cat? Who's got the cat?
I think the cat is down with us.
Drabikowski has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cat seemed... I do. I have it right here.
Okay. So the cat the cat who has been sort of like the curling around your helmet or around your arm or around your legs, Drabikowski, suddenly sort of like pads over to the ladder and like looks up the ladder and goes and hisses.
At that, Drabikowski kind of... So it says,
I'm
The
getting
last
ready.
time it did that, things were not good.
Was it his? We're not there, but never mind. I won't say.
Yeah. I'm readying my gun, aiming it towards the ladder. But like, I'm gonna take like a tactical position. I'm gonna be like against the wall
Okay.
and like looking, like peering over.
I'm going to say on comms. Lark. Hedenström. Keep your eyes open. The cat is on the edge.
Can we hear that, Matt?
Yeah, you heard it.
Copy that.
What is it, little Koshka? What do you see?
The cat just looks up at you with these big, wide, green eyes. Doesn't say anything, obviously. It's a cat. You don't speak with animals.
I really hope I get to meet a cat.
this. We should probably regroup with the others.
Okay. Yeah. So, what do you guys want to do? You want to go up? Do you want to say hi? What do
Well,
you wanna
this
do?
is the only exit. Did they go down or up?
They went up.
They went up.
Yeah.
So the cat was hissing in the direction we went.
Mm-hmm.
So that was okay.
Yeah.
Which means something is up there, but I would rather be in a place I can move than trapped down here if whatever it is coming.
You have the data already sending over to C2 Rhino when it is ready, yes?
Yes, everything that we have looked at has been transmitted, and the encrypted files will be transmitted once they are done compiling.
Then let us move swiftly and strategically. Sergeant, lead
Take
us.
point. Okay, I'm just gonna move up a little closer.
Okay.
And sort of like, can I just? My gun probably has a flashlight on it, right? I would imagine.
No. There's
I
no
have a-
indication that it has a gun,
Okay.
it has a flashlight on it.
Do I have a flash? I don't have a fucking flashlight, really.
I don't know.
Does my suit have a flashlight?
I mean, the lights are on. We're not in the dark.
Oh, I know. I mean, just like looking up the ladder.
The Evo suit, I think they're called, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know if they specifically state that they have a flashlight. Let me take a look here.
Well, are there lights in the ladder hatchway, or is
yeah,
it's
there are
like-
lights
yeah.
coming from
Then-
above.
Yeah.
it?
Okay,
Yeah,
then
I was gonna say. I assume
I'm
it's
being too
lit.
paranoid about it. It's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna inch a little closer and just kind of peer up with my gun out, just look to see if I see anything.
Yeah, you see Hedenström and Lark standing there. Hedenström, his helmet is on the ground.
Are you guys coming?
No, we were going to go without them. So I don't think we were just standing there. I think I fully,
Oh.
if I can't treat him with the kit, we were
Oh,
going to try
you
and
guys
go
were
to
just
the
going to
med bay.
go off. Then never mind.
That's
If that's the case, then
That's
yeah, Lark and
part of why we've been sitting
Hedenström.
on it.
Yeah, no problems. Apologies. So Lark and Hedenström, you guys walked down past that irradiated hallway. Then,
Yep.
on H, things get really heated, so to speak, especially for you, Hedenström, because you don't have the helmet.
Yeah.
So like you feel this just intense wave of like your skin feels itchy and Lark, I think you look over at Hedenström and like his just face is covered with red sores, like
Can I
like
put-
burns.
Can I put the helmet on him? My helmet on him?
Yeah, you can take and you take your
Yeah.
helmet and put it off. Yeah, absolutely. So now
Does it make a difference?
I mean, it does to some degree. Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't burn as bad. I would still say that, Hedenström's not looking great.
Do you need me to make like a radiation?
So
Check or anything?
I'm going to ask you, yes, to please make a 2-rad check.
Okay. Here we go. So add 2 rads and roll twice.
Yeah, just roll 2 6s or 2 d6s.
Roll.
And do you want a rad check from me?
Yes, please.
Oh shit!
6 and a 4.
Cool.
Wow.
So Hedenström, you drop 1 health, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's not good.
Which, yeah, your head starts spinning. You vomit inside your helmet.
Yep.
Oh, gross.
Oh, I'm sorry about your helmet. Ugh.
That is entirely all right. I am not the one who needs it.
That's
And I'm a 5 and a 2.
okay. So yeah, you are perfectly fine, Lark.
Yep.
I would say that you guys get to the chute to bring yourself up to, from H, or sorry, I should say from G. What level were you going to?
That's the great question. Are there any other med stations other than all the way up?
I'm gonna check
Back
one
at
more time,
C.
but I don't believe
Yeah,
so.
no, I think so.
I mean,
And yeah,
it's
no, we have to
zero
go
G.
there.
You're just gonna float up. So
Yeah, no, I think that's because if we didn't discover something in our computer searches of the facility, then that's the only one we know. So that that's
back up
what
to
I think
deck
we're going
C.
for.
Back up to deck
Yeah.
C. Yeah.
Just as with some
Mm-hmm.
robotic, unimpatient, but giving a fuck haste of just
Mhm.
sort of a firm sort of help us on the way robotic clip, just sort of ascending and trying to drag him with me.
Okay, so I will take you off of G. I will move you to a totally different map.
Yep.
To deck C.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. All right, so I will say, for intents and purposes, yet to be known, Lark and Hedenström, you float up through the shaft, the chute, I should say, and finally get to deck C again. You open the door to deck C. You are in that same hexagonal space that you found yourself before, with the med lab and the emergency cryosleep pods and the recovery room. And there's someone else there. Who they've stepped out from the hydroponics garden because the door is open now.
Bolt gun drawn.
The thing that sort of steps out from the hydroponics garden has a very strange look to them, because at first it looks like a person in a suit. But as this thing steps through and sort of like stoops its head to come through the door, you realize as it straightens up that it's much taller than a person. And that instead of a suit, the bioorganic decorations, shall we say, around its arms and legs and torso and head and face are part of it. They are not a suit at all.
Yeah.
Let me just quickly check something here.
I was gonna say, yeah. Can I throw him towards the doorway, shove him towards the door, dive through the doorway?
Yeah, you absolutely can. You shove him
I'm gonna
down. Yeah, Hedenström, Lark throws you to the floor.
As much towards the medic, and I say go now, and I'm gonna draw the bolt gun and just shoot in its direction.
Okay.
Unless it hasn't noticed us. If it hasn't noticed us, I'll make a stealth.
Well, it has.
But you said it
noticed. That's
turned.
the thing. It
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
noticed you.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is that it sort of looks at you with these perfectly ovoid black eyes and a face it's neither male or female. This biomechanoid face looks at you with an almost like an interest. Like it doesn't seem to be hostile towards you. It seems curious. As you throw Hedenström to the floor, Hedenström, your stomach absolutely erupts with pain.
Get in the biodock.
I start crawling towards the biodock. I can't stand up. I'm in so much pain.
Absolutely. You're crawling that way.
Can I make some sort of assessment check to find where the best place to try and hit this with a bolt gun would be? I don't even know.
Midsection.
Observation, maybe?
I would say observation, yeah.
Okay.
You want to shoot it?
Let's try it. Yeah, I want to sort of tactically assess the brand new creature. Where is the best place that shooting it could occur? Observation 1.
Probably the head.
Okay. As soon as I know that I can clear the door, shoot, slam door, barrier between, that's when I'm going to take the shot.
Okay. Go ahead and make your shot.
Great. Does the describing of this sort of count, or should I be using movement as my fast action?
No, you can just take your shot. It just stands there staring at you.
Great. Then yeah. Aim for the fast action and shot. 2. Two successes.
Okay. It's going to make an armor roll. And then I'll tell you exactly what occurs.
Yeah. And that's a armor piercing and 3 on damage, so 4 total.
Okay. Here's its armor. Armor piercing, yes?
Yes. Bolt gun.
No successes.
No successes for me, no successes for the armor.
No successes for the armor.
Baller.
How much damage?
4. All 4. And then slam the door shut.
Okay, so bam! You shoot this thing, you hear it just go. It sort of looks down at its at where you did you shoot it in the head or the midsection?
Head. You said head was most
So
vulnerable.
yeah, it looks like part of its head sort of like gets blasted away, and it sort of like cracks its neck, and part of its chitin falls to the floor. It then just looks at you almost annoyed more than anything. And then instead of doing anything hostile, it looks at you up and down and then turns its back towards the airlock.
Oh, fuck. Great. That's what I thought. That's what I'm worried about. That doesn't matter.
It raises its clawed hand towards the airlock and stares at you.
Turns back to taunt me. This is after I've slammed the door to the medical and created a barrier between us.
Oh, you shut the door down? Well, there's probably there's still like that porthole, right?
Great. Love it.
So it sees you through the porthole. You see it through the porthole.
Dr. Birger, now would be a good time to diagnose yourself with the auto doc and see if there's anything we can do to fix you before we're about to run out of air. You may want to wash the vomit out of your helmet whenever it cuts me off.
Yeah, it pulls the lever on the airlock. There is an immense decompression of air, and this creature is not sucked out of the airlock, but simply turns in the extreme vacuum of space, which has now been exposed to the station, and walks out of the airlock, turns, and as if gravity, internal or external or artificial otherwise, was not a hamper to it, walks out onto the skin of the station and then shuts the door.
Badass.
We are so fucked.
Meanwhile, Hedenström, I'd like you to make a stamina roll, please. And this will be the last roll of the night.
Oh, no.
Stamina
Oh,
roll.
boy.
All right, one sec.
Oh boy. Please succeed. Please succeed.
All right. Oh,
If you
God.
succeed, it could be bad, though.
Not looking good.
They get a success.
One success. Hedenström, describe to us, please, how you were able to fight through the pain of what seems to be the most, gut-wrenching, no pun intended, maleficent pain that you've ever felt in your life, to just bear down like you are, pun intended, giving birth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm on the ground, basically in the fetal position, but trying to crawl towards the is it the med pod, or what's it called?
Yeah, the
auto
doc.
I'm basically in the fetal position while trying to simultaneously crawl just inch by inch, pulling myself basically by my fingernails until eventually I reach there and I muster all my strength to pull myself up into the med pod. Just barely get up there. All the strength I have.
Okay.
Fall back into it.
Yeah, as you fall back into it, your back arches. Your abdomen distends like something like you've just eaten an entire like watermelon of fluid. It's just like your whole belly just blows up and you cough blood. And then the glass container closes down on the MedPod autodoc, whatever you want to call it, and it just says, "Greetings. How can we be of assistance?
Get whatever this fucking thing is out of me."
And then like the tools just like, and then begins their scan of you. Hedenström, as you begin to lose consciousness, as this thing begins to crack your ribs inside of you, you see on the display what is inside of you. There is, let's call it a squid baby, shall we? Except instead of having just a squid-like head, it has a sort of beak-like mouth with a distended ovoid head behind it. And it has long clawed arms that are slowly but surely ripping their way out of your body. We're going to stop on Hedenström and Lark there and flip quickly to Drabikowski, Sajaad, and Ejiri. The cat looks around as you guys potentially move their way out of the comms tower onto deck G. And it goes as it looks down the long hallway where Lark and Hedenström went. It starts to hiss.
What is it, little potion? What is coming?
It looks up at you, and there is a silence on the deck. And then there is a piercing shriek that echoes through this level of the station and subsides in the distance somewhere to the south where the chute is. Everybody on this level gets +1 stress.
Shocking.
Including me.
No, you're not
You're
on
not
that
there.
level of the station.
I'm
You're
not
on deck
that
C.
level. Oh, okay.
Luckily,
You guys
luckily for you. So that is what you hear. You hear this unearthly howl coming from the direction that you know is your way between you and the rest of the station. And the cat just goes, meow. And that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
God.
Hell yeah.
We are all gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
We're all
Oh,
coming back
man.
as cats.
Can we all be cats? I don't think so.
I mean, it's very possible. I don't know what's going to happen.
Matt's
Drop-
gonna have to cook up some more NPCs
I mean,
for us.
we're
Someone's gonna be the warden.
Listen, maybe not for you, but I mean, wow, you shot this thing right in the face there, Lark. Hell yes. You're like, negotiations, fuck that.
Oh, y'all. I'm about to be very angry. 5 or 6 turns, depending on what happens.
It's very likely. So it's like a race to see who's going to get the cat first. So I'm going to get the cat. I'm going to get the cat ready to see who dies first and who gets the cat.
Who gets to
It's
claim
all
the
it's all
feline
mobility and manipulation. There are no other stats.
Absolutely. So there we go. And guess what, folks? That's the end of Act 1.
Oh,
Wow.
We're
that means we all get new agenda cards next session.
You will get new agendas. You will be able to use your signature items, and potentially story points. I believe story points is at the end of each cinematic. I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
I think it's story points at the end of acts so that you could use them during the cinematic.
Let me check. I'm checking really quickly.
Yeah, you get it at the end of each act. For
At
your
the end of each
agenda card.
act. Yeah, that's it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I have to evaluate your agendas Yeah, that's correct. After it's all over, I evaluate how well each player followed their PC's personal agenda for each act and hand out a story point for those who did. Yeah. And keep your personal agendas, no matter what, to yourself. And not to mention that story points are one thing, but agendas are going to come fast and furious, and then story items from the story deck will also come your way.
Nice.
In fact, let me just double check and make sure I didn't miss any. No. Wow.
Really?
We didn't get any. You know why? Because
What do you do to get story deck? I don't remember.
story deck is at a certain point in time during the story you get. I get to pass it out. Like I passed out one of them, I think, to
Ejiri has one.
Ejiri.
But are those individual to the people? They do something something happens to them in the story, or
That
is
is
the overall
correct.
story?
That is correct.
Huh.
Yeah, and if
And
they
is it
play
related to their agenda or not?
it's not necessarily related to their agenda because it could happen to any. Like the story item from the story deck could be given to anybody based on a certain point in time.
That was why I asked if that was okay. So that's like we just have to reach a part of something has to happen in the cinematic to get the
Absolutely, yeah.
the story card.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
A question
Unrelated
from chat.
to the agenda.
Yeah, no problem. Really quick, last question from chat. Don't they get to keep their story points left over from other cinematics if they didn't use them? The answer is yes, absolutely.
I still have one from Pope's Last Day, I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and double check.
Zoom's got moved around here. Let's try it one more time. Okay, cool. Lark Hedenström.
Yeah, I've had that story point. I carried that all the way through Colonial Marines and didn't use it.
Absolutely. All right, so we're done,
Should have
folks.
fucking used it to save masters.
Should have, woulda, coulda. Let's just go through and let everybody know where y'all can be found on the internets, and we'll all say goodnight. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Cool. Let's start over here with Maeve. Maeve Climber. Where can people find you on the internet?
Hey, I'm Maeve. Well, you can find me tomorrow with Matt and Sarah and a few of our other friends in Ravenloft, Domains of Dread. You can also find me on our wonderful Discord channel, along with the Discord channel of Maids of Fate. And you can find me on Twitter, although I don't really do much on Twitter nowadays because it's kind of a more of a garbage.
Uh-huh.
I was going to say, it's
Yeah.
not called that anymore the first time.
You know
I
what?
can't tweet anymore.
I know. It's like, what do we call it now? Xing?
It's just posting. It's just posting.
Yo, I X'd you, bro.
Wow.
Jesus, Sarah.
Exactly.
Go to bed.
I'm giving X a rate
So
of terrible. Fuck.
I've been awake since 5:30 this morning. Leave me alone.
Sarah, you're amazing that you stayed up this long and didn't fall apart. Thank you so much, Maeve. Let's move on
Caffeine.
down to Jonathan. Jonathan, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on the site that used to have a bird logo as freshly underscore zested, and on Instagram at Beautiful Orange. You can also find me here placing investigators on trains, going places.
Oh yeah, straight to hell, baby.
Uh-huh.
Jonathan's revenge, from just me doing all these horrible things to him, and everybody else is just like, my turn.
It's a good time. Call of Cthulhu. Come drop by when we have it in a few weeks, I think.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's on the Twitch channel and it's in our Discord. Thank you, Jonathan. Moving on over to Sarah. Sarah, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on the internet at Lovely Llama. I really only use Elon Musk's personal dumpster fire for bitching at the MTA, so don't bother looking at that. But you will find me on Instagram and Reddit with 2 L's in Lovely, and on our Discord. And you'll find me here most Fridays and many Thursdays. I'll be here tomorrow night with Maeve and Matt. I'll get my personal revenge sometime in October when I'm ready to run Basin.
Yes.
And also, I'm really going to try to have my Olive Garden Dread scenario ready for spooky season. So,
can't
yeah,
wait.
that's where I'm at, bros.
Cool.
Bras? I don't even
Bras?
know.
I like it. You are all, hey, guys, we are all bras now.
Oh, God.
Bras.
Unexpected side effect of joining a union is that bro is now a part of my lexicon in all of its forms.
I believe that.
Amazing. Thank you, Sarah. Moving on over to our friend Mike. Mike, where can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, I'm Mike Elkins, so I'm with the Mates of Fate. You could primarily find me at Mates of Fate, though we're on a little bit of a hiatus right now, but we'll be back. We'll be back doing lots of fun stuff soon. But if you want to find me more personally, I don't have many socials that I use, but I do use Instagram, Mike Elkins fan page official. That is my official fan page.
Amazing!
Find me there. But yeah, that's it. Check out Mates of Fate over at Twitch or our Instagram account or Mike Elkins fan page official.
I'm totally.
I'm gonna follow you right now.
I'm gonna put a favorite on that website right now into my browser. There you go. Thank you, Mike. And finally, last but certainly not least, Patrick, the Man Baron. Pat, where can people find you on the internet?
All over the fucking place this month. The Rogue Diplomats will be playing a bunch of shows down in Pennsylvania for the Halfway to St. Patrick's Day show in the Poconos and for Celtic Classic. I'm basically down in Pennsylvania every weekend this month. You can find information about some of my theatrical or directing or cast party and Slices and Dices related stuff at patrickmarin.com. Or if you're interested in having some whiskey and or getting an educational tasting, you can always check out barrover.com for my seminars and tastings, or I'll be behind the bar full time. And here once or twice a month, maybe a little bit more whenever Everyday Heroes makes it to Roll20 because I'm going to be rolling.
Yes.
Actually, you know what? I might as well say, we're not sure when the stuff arrives on Roll20 yet, but I will be running Highlander and Escape from New York mini modules like this, couple episodes, depending on the speed of the players.
Wait, hold up. There's an Escape from New York that's coming out? No way.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
I
have to double check with people I had talked to, but
I think I'm smelling Mike jumping in on that one.
Oh yeah, I think there might be a slot at that table. And then Matt will definitely be in the chair for that one, and I'll be in Matt's chair. So that's going to be a lot of fun, where we tackle a brand new system, Everyday Heroes. If anybody remembers D20 Modern, those of us near and dear from the early 2000s, I kickstarted and am a huge lover and supporter, and they are coming with Sirenscape soundtracks, digital models, it is. I am so on board to bring some new shit and contribute to the Slices and Dices table. I'm very excited. I just don't know when yet.
I completely understand. But I am excited that you're excited. We're all excited. We all scream for ice cream. So let's make it happen. I'm very happy to say that the 5 people here have been amazing, and thanking you all for being here as part of our ongoing Alien RPG Heart of Darkness series, which we will continue next month whenever we can in the not yet so spooky month of September, but October is coming soon.
Okay. I was just going to make sure you meant next month because it's technically the 1st.
Oh shit, you're right.
So, so this month. It's this month.
This month. Yeah.
Spooktember.
Yeah, it's Spooktember and then Cocktober. So we're going to just follow that. No, that's fine. No, we're definitely going to be playing it again between now and the end of the month, and then Yes, Maeve. Yes, Maeve.
I think that's an art challenge.
A Cocktober challenge? Yeah.
I think that's an art challenge.
Come on, hype train.
What have I done?
Make it strong.
What have I done? Okay, I'm stopping. I'm stopping us before we move forward in that direction. Okay.
What is my sound doing? It's being so weird.
We're going to go ahead and say goodnight, but thank you guys very much for those of you in chat who have helped us move through things and caused our players stress and given them stuff and continue to be there because you guys are awesome. If you guys want to know more about us, just go to our Discord. That's the best place for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and spam the Discord so that you guys can go
It's a fun Discord, guys.
Come on and hang. We've got more people than you can shake a stick at, and that's a lot of sticks.
And we have so many people that post so many amazing memes.
Yes.
Like instead of shake it.
Yeah. So come in and have fun because that's how we meet and have fun with each other. Beyond that, if you are watching this on YouTube, please like the video and hit subscribe so you can be part of the cool Slices and Dices YouTube crew. And then hit the little bell icon so you know when we post more shit to the internet. Beyond that, I don't really have much more to say than check us out tomorrow and check us out the upcoming weeks.
That is not correct, Matt. You have one more thing
God
to say.
damn it! What do I have to say? Except for remember!
Exactly. Thank you.
Take care of each other. No, I can't do it, Matt. I can't do it, Matt.
I got my fingers out for now.
I know. Remember. No, I'll just say it. I'll say it so we can go to sleep.
The 5th of November?
I was.
Fuck
You
me.
say it.
We were so close. We were so close.
Where's Ashley when you need her to tell me to shut up and just do the shit? Remember, take care of each other, but don't forget to take care of yourselves. Thank you, folks. Have a wonderful rest of the week. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.